Hello, people. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Image Chef. We got a fantastic episode for you. Liverpool future is here with Gyokeres. Liverpool paid kind of similar money to Lenny Euro. How good is he? We're going to talk about that. Man United are cruising currently, targeting second. Staffy will be joining us, of course. Bruno Fernandes is balling. Is he the best 10 in the league? We'll talk about that as well. Can Man City catch Arsenal up? Maybe. Maybe they can, maybe they cannot. Are Man City in a top 4 race? Are Man City in a top 4 race? This is what we're going to talk about. By the way, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I did my solo show yesterday, and I said, and I had 600 people or something after the redirects from Husam. I said, who is Man City fan here? One responded. If it was, I had 500. If it wasn't for LB's raid, and big up LB for the raid, I wouldn't have Man City fans. Where are the Man City fans that were like talking smack to everyone? Where are they?
The same place they were 25 years ago. They don't exist.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say that. But
it's the same thing.
But you know, maybe yes, 25 years. But well, there is a lot of Man City fans out there.
Do you know what it is? When you look at Man City fans, yeah, well,
I disagree with you. By the way, if you say that, I have a massive rebuttal to this.
I don't care about your rebuttal. I'm saying I feel like in all of sports franchise history, I think they are the most inauthentic fan base. This new generation.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Everything about them is just so fake. There's just nothing real about them. Like Liverpool, there's some authenticity.
Can you let Salah talk?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's just everything just feels so forced and so like they try so hard to be this historic franchise, this team that people respect, but really and truly it's just there's just nothing authentic about the football. You know what I mean? I can't explain it.
I don't know what you mean.
You know exactly what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Okay, I'll tell you what he means. He means their celebration is from Lech Poznan. Their stadium has no heritage or history behind it. This could be anyone else in their place. Anyone else. It could be like if the Sheikh bought Spurs, we'd have Spurs fans in our chat saying the same stuff.
Okay, here is the thing. Manchester United.
Do they have a culture or identity, or is it Pep's identity?
Manchester. Hold on. Just 20 years before that, Manchester United. If Alex Ferguson took over Everton, they had 7 league titles. Everton, they had a heritage stadium. Alex Ferguson went, they had history. Or took over Nottingham Forest, who had 2 European champions and had some league titles. If Alex Ferguson took over and he was given the same tools and that he changed the club, took 6 years, blah, 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 maybe Nottingham, maybe all the Man United fans will be Nottingham Forest fans. Maybe.
Okay,
But the thing is, all of these clubs.
If you guys agree, fine.
No, what I'm saying is,
خلاص.
okay.
Who
If you agree,
disagrees with that, though?
but
thing
if
is,
you agree
okay,
with this, fine.
it's the same. It's the same as, for example, if Abramovich bought anyone else apart from Chelsea, we wouldn't have Chelsea fans. You have a point. But all of these teams that you're mentioning, every single one of them has a semblance of history, a semblance of authenticity behind them.
Man City have more
even
history than
before
Chelsea. Man City have
No.
more history in England than Chelsea. Yes.
The Manchester
Man
City's
City.
biggest-
Okay, Mohammed.
one second,
Mohammed.
one second,
Mohammed.
one second,
Man
one
City.
second.
Don't be wrong and strong, Mohammed. Don't be wrong and strong.
I
Man,
don't
Sam,
Man City, one second. Man
Mohammed,
City's
Mo,
biggest.
Mo.
One second.
Oh,
One
don't,
second. Let me
it's
say
not
something.
about, you cannot build it on a you cannot build it on a wrong fact. Me and
On a
Osam, we looked at it, right? It's a false thing.
Yeah, I
Man
mean, Chelsea went
City-
55 years without a league title twice.
Man City had more league titles, had a European trophy before, couple of them, before even the takeover. So they had history. Okay, Man City's historical rivals were Man United. Chelsea's historical rivals were not Arsenal. They were
QPR. QPR was
So
their
the reality is,
Ayo.
if you're gonna talk about the history, it's just
Man City's,
okay. Let's call
Man
it
City's
Allah.
biggest claim to fame is being 15 minutes away from Old Trafford. That's their biggest claim to fame.
That's not
You know
true.
what I'm trying to say? They're
That's
not
not true.
relevant whatsoever.
Not true.
Hi, Staffy. I came just for you today, by the way. I just want to let you know.
Well, if I knew you were here, I wouldn't have showed up.
And I thought, wallahi, if you look at the WhatsApp message, by the way, don't tell Staffy I'm coming.
I wasn't even invited. I
You're in
offered.
Minnesota, right?
Huh?
You're in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I'm in America right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Minnesota.
They're fighting the government.
Gonna make a couple calls.
in Minnesota.
Can't make a couple calls. But I'm
it's-
comfortable. I've been outside every day, fam.
It's fuck the police style in Minnesota.
Yeah, bro. Outside. What do you mean?
Fucking fuck the
I'll
police.
make a couple calls.
You ain't got no juice. in
Why
this.
the Minnesota memes reach Jordan? Yeah,
Bro,
wallahi.
I don't understand. The whole Twitter, bro, any politics, it's Minnesota. It's memes
Bro.
everywhere.
Ayo,
Everywhere it's Minnesota meme,
bro,
bro.
Somalis aren't to be played with. You know what I'm trying to say? we got the US
Fuck the
government on roll.
police style, bro. Bro,
I don't
Minnesota.
know why you said Minnesota. You should have said my home. You know?
Yeah, I'm home. Bro, this is my home.
Yeah,
Bro, I was here 3 weeks ago. I went back.
Yeah,
I went
this land
back
was
again.
promised to you 3,000 years ago. I don't get the
He
problem.
went back to run the daycares, the fraudulent daycares. That's what he went.
What's let's not start that. Oh, no. Let's not go
He's
there.
going to collect his check.
Let's not go there.
Thank you. Come again.
This is a fucking amazing stream already. I
Imagine
love
having
it.
an Egyptian talking shit to me. Don't do that, man. Let's not do that.
Oh, there's two Egyptians. You're outnumbered, buddy.
And fuck both of them. How about that?
Oh, fuck me, bro. What fuck me for, bro?
Anyway,
bigger people in the chat, hit that like button. What are we starting with? Wallah al-azim, I want to start with this stuff. I know that I want to start with this. Please.
Staffy, did you see my tweet this morning, by the way? I at you. Did you see it?
Yeah, and I removed myself.
You moved yourself from the tweet?
Yeah.
Cool. And that's what, wallahi, al-azim, I'm here just for that. I want to ask you that question on the live. But anyway, let's proceed with this. Let's get juicy a little bit. Hear me?
So can I just say something? Yesterday, I said that Man United were scintillating, and Husam laughed at me.
Some is a hater. What's new? Did a whole reaction yesterday
Do you
making
agree
fun of
with
him.
me that Man United were very good yesterday?
Of course we were.
From the
So I don't understand why Husam went to the stats. I know that stats show that they had the same shots, they had the more possession. But I'm watching the game, and the game looked so easy for Man United. Before,
I think that was the problem because it got to about 72nd minute and then United just started cruising. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it started getting lackadaisical and they got complacent. And
yeah, they started passing the ball around, doing the rondo thing.
But
and then
the
now
93rd minute showed. The 93rd minute showed that if United really wanted to keep the foot on the pedal, they could have scored more goals if they wanted to. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Wallahi, I was watching the game with my cousin, and my cousin's a huge Man United. You've met my cousin. We were watching the game together, innit? And then we were texting because he was downstairs, whatever. And then as soon as they scored, he was like, "Oh, they're gonna make it 2-2 now. Watch, United can't win." And I was like, "Even if they make it 2-2, if there's about 5 minutes left, you'll score a winner." Because it's so like it's easy for the United at the moment. It's beautiful, especially when you have Bruno Fernandes playing this well. Safi.
Don't overemphasize that with me. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do
No,
that. You're going to the wrong person.
Why am I going
Going to
to
the
the wrong
wrong
person?
When's the last time me and you talked about United in general? It's been months. You don't know what I've been saying.
It's been no, but I follow you, Staffy. I'm one of your biggest fans. I actually look at your tweets. You know what I'm trying to say? I actually check what you do. You know what I'm trying
That
to say?
is a lie. That's a lie. You're one of my biggest haters, not one of my biggest fans.
No,
Let's make that clear.
but do you agree that I love you though? Do you know that I've got love for you? You know this, right? You know that. You know what I'm trying-
Not sure. I'm not sure.
But anyway,
I'm not sure.
so why is it in the last 5 weeks you haven't said anything about Bruno Fernandes? Not a single tweet mentioned his name, nothing. But as soon as he has one bad game, you're like, see, this is why we can't win with Bruno Fernandes. This is why we need to sell Bruno Fernandes. This is why we needed other midfielders. Why,
That's a lie. That's
why
not true. That's not true.
So why haven't you tweeted about him? Why have you said anything good about him? On the whole world, even
How many players have I tweeted about specifically being good in the last 5 weeks? How about my tweets when I was saying that he's playing our best player in DM or the most creative player in DM? When I was saying that for weeks. What about that? Why didn't you mention that? How about last year when he was saving us towards the end of the season and I was showing my face on YouTube saying I can't even worry about criticizing Bruno like I used to anymore because of how low the team has dropped. That this guy's dragging us to a Europa League final.
That's a backhanded compliment. Why can't you just show him the love and respect that he deserves? Any backhanded compliment?
Because I did, but I don't have to glaze. You want me to glaze him, and that's the difference.
Bro, he's the best player, but he's the best midfielder in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's no doubt about that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's the best. He's arguably the best 10 in the world, and you don't treat him with that type of respect. You don't do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I've been on shows saying that. I've been on show. I said if this guy was at Arsenal, they would have won the league.
Fair enough.
What more am I supposed? The thing is, though, I'm just not a fanboy with some of these players. I just don't do that.
But he deserves
when
it.
When I don't fan over them, people think like, "Oh, you're not showing me love." Da 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 da. I don't do that, bro. It's fine.
Who are you a fan over? Which players have you fanboyed over before?
Honestly, the only one that I really speak a lot about, but I love him because I feel like he's my son, is Kobe Mainoo. That's it.
Who if Arsenal had won the league?
Bruno Fernandes instead of Odegaard. Just take Bruno out of there.
Just ask Mo right now and Husam because they keep up with my content. Ask them, what have I said about Bruno over the last year? I haven't said anything. I laid off a lot of players, especially because of Emery.
You don't think that there is a future for United, like for Bruno at United? You don't think?
I don't think we can win. When I used to criticize Bruno, is because I don't think we could win as Bruno's our best player. But there's a difference between you winning things and being a good team, and then he's your best player, and then you become a shit team and he's your best player. I'd be deluded if I would have said he was the issue over the last year or more.
Hold on. Okay, so that contradicts what you're saying. So you think if Bruno, but if Bruno at Arsenal, would he be one of their best players or their best player?
He'd be one of their 2-3 best.
He'd be one of their best players, yeah.
Definitely.
So, but you said
no, because we got to consider the defenders.
Hold on, guys.
No, I did consider defenders.
I know what Staff is talking about. Staff is talking from midfield onward. I've seen his content. He ain't talking about defenders, or he's talking about the people that actually move the ball forward, that score goals, and pass
There's
the ball.
multiple things that makes a winning team. I look at the Arsenal team, and the one thing they need a number 10 that has balls. That's it. You put someone who has balls there and wants to take risks, they'll win. Obviously, I mean, Arteta, he probably wouldn't allow that anyways.
Let me ask you the reverse question.
He'd hate that. Go ahead.
Let me reverse this on you and on Salad. And this is a fair question to ask. The strongest weapon that Arsenal have this season is how they're strong they are defensively. We all agree, right?
Yes.
Like that's the best thing about Arsenal.
Their physicality, like their physicality overall. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, and how they defend as a unit.
So in their box, in the other box, just their physicality.
Yeah, but how they defend as a unit.
Yes.
Definitely. Now my question becomes, one thing Odegaard is definitely better than Bruno at is
don't say pressing and keeping the ball. Okay.
Relax.
Okay. Sorry. No, because
keeping
when you
the
said,
ball.
Okay, yes.
Keeping the ball. Okay.
Fair enough.
So Bruno is takes a lot more risks than Odegaard, and I would say is more creative than Odegaard. Now, here's the thing that comes with risk taking. If I take Odegaard out and I put Bruno in, just man for man substitution, does Bruno's risk taking now ask Arsenal defenders to defend more and more and more and more?
Okay, so my rebuttal to that and the answer.
Yes, me or more.
I'll go first and then you can go. It's up to you. I mean, that's a valid point, right?
Yeah.
I feel like in Man United, Bruno needs to take more risks because there's less creativity around him. Does that make sense? And I think that's the role that he's been given. If you look at Bruno Fernandes the first half of the season when he was playing in the and I think Staffy will agree with me, when he was playing in the double pivot, he was taking less risks. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because he's aware of his job role. Does Does that make sense? And also, if you're watching for Portugal, when he's consistently their best player, he also takes less risks there because there's so many other good players around him. So I feel like if he was in Arsenal, although he would still be creative and take risks. I think those risks would decrease because he doesn't need to take that many risks. Does that make sense?
Can I ask a question related to this?
Relax, bro. I'm asking if my explanation makes sense to Husam's question. Like,
no, your explanation 100% makes sense. My thing is, if
why you treating me like this, bro?
The keys and you allow him,
I'm sorry. Wallahi,
and you allow him to create all the time, you are gonna have
Mo just loves interrupting people.
Gabriel and Saliba to defend more by definition.
I wanted to ask something here about this. So if we're saying Man United have attackers that are score goals and actually they think outside the box, I think Amad Diallo, Cunha, Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, they aren't system players. We all saw what Cunha can do. We know that Cunha has been dribbling and doing stuff, but if Cunha is part of a team, my question, if this team, two of them join Arsenal, would Arsenal be strong defensively?
Who?
Anybody. Cunha and what's his name? And Bruno.
100. I mean, of course, because
would Arsenal still be strong defensively?
Absolutely, because I think Arsenal are not strong defensively because of individuals. I think it's because of the system. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like you can take Gabriel and Saliba out, and I think they wouldn't be as strong defensively. Absolutely, you can take Declan. I think the key to them being as good defensively is Declan Rice, in my opinion, and then the system. Because Declan Rice is a very big part of that system. You know what I'm trying to say? But if you look at Arsenal's depth, for example, you could take Saliba and Gabriel out. You could put Hincampe and Mosquera and Calafiori and Timber. And I think they would still be pretty solid defensively. Maybe not as, because obviously you need elite defenders to have an elite defense. But I think they would still be a very, very solid defensive
Because
unit.
the reason why I asked this, guys, because I have a feeling that lately, Mikel Arteta is... like we talk about Arsenal being strong defensively because of the system. But on paper, Arsenal should have the strongest defenders in the world to be able to actually leave some players forward without having to track back and do the defensive work.
It's true.
But that doesn't happen.
But do you know what the issue I think it was Arsenal, and I feel like I'm guilty of this from like summertime. I overestimated Arsenal attackively. I don't think they're that good in terms of creativity. I don't think they create as many chances as they should. I don't think I don't.
We all did though, but that's not your fault.
Bro, they don't have a single top scorer in the top 12.
Yeah, but okay. It's a very good conversation, Salah. But I'm gonna ask a question.
Go on.
Do we say this? Because Sesko for Man United yesterday, he had 3 chances, 2 with the headers, 1 hit the post, 1 he missed, and the 3rd he scored. Brilliant composure, right? Brilliant composure and brilliant finish. But we know, and people started in my show, people started saying, "Oh, would you take Sesko or Gyokeres?" I'm like, okay, fair enough. Sesko looks better, but have you considered that there's a lot of forwards that look better because they don't play for Arsenal, because they have a lot of spaces to run into, because there is 2-3 yards around you that you can dribble, you can receive, you can turn.
Gyokeres would look way better at Man United.
I agree.
While if you play
no.
Hold on.
Calm down. Staffy, calm down.
I am not saying that Gyokeres is amazing. I'm saying
I think Staffy's misunderstood. Igor Thiago has 40 yards to run into every time he's on an attack.
Yeah, Igor Thiago would look good.
What goal did Sesko score yesterday where he ran into 40 yards?
Staffy, calm down.
No, but I didn't say that. I said an example of people say Igor Thiago.
Staffy doesn't listen. When Husam said
listened.
You didn't listen, because when Husam said he would be better at United, he's not saying he would be better than Sesko at United. He's just saying he would be better.
Okay, for Gyokeres, bro. Gyokeres is not good for the Premier League at all. I'm going back to the Sesko point. Mo's acting.
Gyokeres would be better than he's at Arsenal. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the difference between playing for United and playing for Arsenal.
Very simple. Let me put the statement. The statement is Gyokeres at Man United would be better than Gyokeres at Arsenal. That's it.
Gyokeres would be better if he leaves the Premier League in general. Let's just keep it that way. Okay? I don't care about the 5% difference of improvement that he's gonna get going to United from Arsenal. I don't give a fuck, bro. The guy's just fundamentally not a good footballer. Let's just get over it. It's like February and he has 5 goals or 6 goals. 50% of them are against Leeds. Stop. Enough. Khalas. Like it's getting boring actually. Like we laughed about it in the beginning, and now it's getting boring.
To be fair, Gyokeres has looked better for Arsenal in the Champions League than he has in the Premier League, and that's because of the space that's available.
But let me tell you, against Inter, Staffy, that finish, right? Because why? He ran into spaces. He passed the ball. Inter kind of like they fumbled the ball and then it fell to him and he finished right foot. If this is in the Premier League, people, oh my God, what a finish. It's a phenomenal right-footed finish. Brilliant. Oh my God, goal of the week and all this shit, right? Why? Because there was spaces. Martinelli played him the ball. He ran. He received the ball. He turned.
I've just looked at his numbers. He's got 4 goals in 6 games in the Champions League, but 6 in 22 in the Premier League. It's not about Gyokeres being a terrible player. I think it's just the way teams set up against Arsenal. And the way Arsenal play. I think
he
Gyokeres
looks
is a
bad.
I do think there is now you're doing too much.
He looks bad. Yeah.
An element of him being terrible. I
Yeah, he's terrible. Yeah.
We were just on your channel
I
more a
agree.
week ago when Ashraf compared all the underlying metrics. Are we going to do this again?
You
Why
know
every time we have to do
Salah,
this?
also we have eyes. I'm watching Gyokeres receive
No,
the ball
bro,
and turn,
again,
and
one
Broski,
second,
I'm sorry. Like,
none of
I
this
was
is
fooled,
justifying
and
him.
I apologize for every Arsenal fan. I was fooled, bro.
Oh, me too.
Like,
Oh
my word, bro.
I was on show saying Gyokeres is gonna be like he's the final piece in that.
we all did, wallahi, we all did.
Yeah, no,
Wallahi,
because
Okay,
my
not
logic
wallahi.
is if someone scores 90 goals in 3 seasons, how like there's no way he falls off. Even if his output drops by 30%, it's 30. Like you know what I'm trying to say. Even if his output drops by 50%, it's 40 goals. You know what I'm trying to say. But this is me again. All of these points are not me saying Gyokeres is great or anything like that. I'm just saying there's an element of,
we can send you the link. Yeah, by the way, I can send you the link, Martin. You can text me, Martin. You don't have to be on this side. You can.
Yeah, you don't have to
I'm
be
not
in the
about to
chat
have this
listening.
deluded comparison with Martin.
Join us,
Is
Martin.
that
I have
Martin?
zero interest.
Yo, bring my boy.
I have
come
zero
here,
interest in
Martin,
this
so that you
deluded
get me in the
conversation.
chat. You get
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean,
fine.
to be fair, neither of them have been good in it. Neither of them have been that good. You know what I'm trying to say? I think Sesko is probably a
I
better
actually
footballer.
disagree with you. I watched Sesko a lot of times, and I'm like,
I'm not gonna
maybe
lie.
I was
Sesko's
wrong
nice
about
on
this
the
guy.
eye, to be fair.
But I'm
Sesko's
yeah,
really nice.
the reason why, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Number one, Sesko has something that Gyokeres doesn't have. Every single aerial duel, he doesn't just flick it. He wins it to pass it to a teammate, which is something that is a lot of people don't do in the world now. A lot of forwards
Who
don't
won
do.
the ball in the air in that Cunha goal against Arsenal?
He did.
Thank you. And that's
But
not
that's
an
what I mean
assist.
saying.
But the idiots are not going to see that, bro. Which is why I'm saying I don't want to have this conversation.
Like,
No,
I
no,
know
no,
it's
yo,
a-
bro, bro, bro.
I know,
Something
I know,
about
I
the
know
conversation.
I know it's Andy Carroll style, but come on,
No,
part
no, no,
of
no,
the
no, no.
Premier League,
Listen.
part of the Premier League thing now is physicality and winning the ball and bringing it down
Bro,
and bringing your teammates
it's not
in.
even just that with Sesko, innit? As I said, my cousin's a big Man United fan. And like we watch Sesko, innit? Like the way he controls the ball, the way he turns, like for someone so big, like there's a lot of like he's very technically sound. Of course,
He's very comfortable with the ball.
He's very comfortable with the ball, and the goals are gonna come.
Now you both are exaggerating. See, this is
no,
like
Sesko-
now
oh
you're
my
both
God,
exaggerating.
He's not comfortable with the ball.
No,
He's as
I don't think he's
comfortable as
comfortable.
Oh
Haaland
my
with the ball.
God, that's crazy.
He's as comfortable as Haaland, for example, with the ball.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't
my
think he's
God.
comfortable with the ball.
Like
No,
I don't think
wallahi,
he's
he's very
that.
comfortable. though.
I'm not. I don't think he's Julian Alvarez with the ball. For
Obviously,
example.
obviously, he's
Allah
not as good as the
bro.
5'6"
And I asked
Argentinian.
said I want to come and
How
join
are
this
you
show.
tired?
Allah
If
and
you
ask,
guys
bro.
are, but how are you tired? If I am saying that I don't think he's as comfortable as you guys making it be.
No, okay, bro, we're not comparing him to Julian
I
Alvarez.
just said
the
he's comfortable.
5'6",
Making it E. That's all we said. We just
we're
said he's
just saying,
comfortable with the ball. We
okay.
stopped.
Okay, relative to his height, relative to his size, he's very comfortable with the ball. That's the point that we're making. We're not saying he's comfortable with the ball to Lisandro. Okay, you don't like Lisandro Martinez anyway, but he's not comfortable to the ball to Julian Alvarez level.
Who? You mean Lautaro? Man?
It's not,
Lautaro,
like,
sorry.
I didn't compare him to Ekitike as an example. Ekitike is more of a freak on the ball.
That's a very comfortable person on the ball.
Yeah, that's not someone who's comfortable. That's someone who's good on the ball. Very good on the ball.
Yeah.
He can touch, take a touch, receive, dribble, run with the ball, dribble and take space. He can do so much. I didn't compare Sesko to that. I just said he's comfortable on the ball.
Yeah.
You give him the ball, he'll take a touch, he'll lay off the ball, he'll make a good pass, and then he'll run. It's simple, bro.
He turns very
that's
well
it.
as well, to be honest. I
That
really
is what
like his
comfortable
turns.
is.
I think he's.
Can
I
we
think
move
he's
on?
slightly-
Can we move away from this?
Yeah.
So how are Arsenal top of the league then, guys?
What does that have to do with us talking about Sesko?
I'm gonna
just
tell you.
completely-
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna very linked. Taffy, it's very linked. You know how it's very linked, right? Because
No, I don't know what's the link between Sesko being comfortable on the ball
No,
and,
no,
and
no, no,
Arsenal
no.
winning
I
the
think it
league.
was Staffy that tweeted
Gyokeres,
this,
okay,
I think it was Staffy that
because
tweeted
this started Staffy by Gyokeres being terrible and Mo Salah is saying that the Arsenal attack is not as good. This is how it's linked.
I mean, the front line isn't as good. They don't have a lot of goals between them. That is not wrong. It's a fact.
I'll take United's front four over Arsenal's front four for sure.
I said that
agree.
2 weeks ago, and they told me I'm an idiot.
Nobody would argue this.
Nobody would argue, Staffy.
No,
Who
who
is
is
arguing?
People
this?
argue this. What are we talking about now?
What?
It's like I love how I say things. I get called every name under the sun, and then it becomes fashionable to say it, and then we just pretend that no one was saying "Yalla ibn al-Wisqa." Why are you saying that? People were saying that, bro. What are you talking about?
That reminds me of the video that I posted earlier today when I said Bruno's the best 10 in the league, and these guys like laughed me off the fucking stage.
I mean, he is the best center in the league. I don't think you're wrong.
No. I said this in August, and they laughed me.
Yeah, you're comparing him to Zidane, bro. Like I saw that, and I just wanted to block him.
No. That was an exaggeration. I'm just saying if Bruno wins the Ballon d'Or, I'm just talking about the shamelessness.
Okay.
No, but
how can we? Okay. So
That's
you to join us from the pub, Martin.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out after the game.
Are they doing what's it called? What challenge it was when they
into the Gyokeres conversation? Can Man United get second, as Staffy says?
Once I just saw Staffy quote tweet something a couple days ago, and I really agree with it, bro. If Man United had 3 results go their way, they'd be top of the league now. Like just 3 reasonable results. Like beat Wolves.
We low-key would have been in a title race if you just get 3 results your way.
I beat Wolves at home, beat 10 men Everton. All of a sudden, they're 1 point off Arsenal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's
You
crazy.
do realize that this applies to us as well. What's
And Arsenal as well.
It's always Liverpool. Make this about you. We don't give a fuck about Liverpool. We don't care about Liverpool. Fuck
It's the same with Chelsea as well, by the way.
Fuck
And the same with Man City.
See, this is why I stopped doing content with Arab, because they just yell at you. You can't even let me finish my point. You are just yelling at me, and you don't even want to understand. I'm not playing the hindsight game with everyone, because of course we can all look at decisions that we made. We're like, oh, if I didn't do this, this would have happened. I'm not doing all that. The reason it's very relative with Man United is because we know there was one factor that switched everything, which is a Portuguese terrorist called Ruben Amorim. The minute you got rid of him and you put something else, it's just like you flick the switch 180 degrees. Those 3 games exactly a month ago, where everyone said we should get 9 points, it was Leeds, it was Burnley, it was Wolves. 3 teams that everyone here should say that their team should pick up these 9 points. I'm just talking about those 3 games alone. Forget all the other games, bro. I'm not going to sit here and revise every game of the season. It was just exactly a month ago. He got sacked, and we haven't lost a game since, and we won 3 in a row. That is the main factor. You just switched the manager like this, and you went and picked up 3 points against more difficult teams than a month ago. That's all, bro. I'm not saying we would have won the title. I'm not saying we were good at Arsenal. I'm not saying any of that. But generally, just those 6 points that I just mentioned, I'd be second place right now. It's a fact. You don't have to like it, but it's a fact.
You wouldn't be second place on goal difference. You'd be 6 points behind us. You wouldn't be in the title race anyway. Like, it's a delusion, even if you change those 3 results.
Yeah,
if we change 3 results, we'd be 15 points ahead, and I can talk about some mystical future that didn't exist. What happens is that United won 3 games in a row because they got a new manager. You got a new manager bounce. What is it, 2 games or 3 games? 3, right?
5 since Ruben Amorim left, 3 under Carrick.
You're all giddy because you've been through the absolute mud, and I understand that. Like Ten Hag, Amorim, it's been tough. And I thought Carrick was actually the guy that should have kept the job when he had the apprenticeship 4 years ago, when you guys went on this crazy journey. Now you're back to him. But I think you're going a little bit too far with the excitement here. And I don't know why United fans are obsessed with going after Gyokeres. Like, he's clearly gapping Sesko on the stats. So I don't know what this fight's about. Like, he's in a title race.
Minutes. What are you even talking about?
What's that?
He played like triple the minutes.
Well, why isn't Sesko playing more?
I don't know. There's so many factors.
4 games,
You're talking about the stats. These are not stats to brag about. I mean, if that's what you want to come here and
I mean,
goals
4 goals in 22 games isn't something to brag about, regardless of how you look at Sesko. I mean, it's 4 goals. 6 goals in the Premier League. It's not
I'm
impressive.
the only one here alongside Mo without a mid striker, so I put myself top row.
You have Isak.
Ektike. Hold that.
Yeah, you should have never had him. That was my guy.
This Isak thing, that Isak is a flop.
Mo, I was watching
Liverpool.
your clips earlier, by the way. You were so adamant that Liverpool would win the league. You were head over heels over that shit.
Rightfully
To be
so.
fair, we all were.
No,
Rightfully so.
Wallahi, I wasn't. I said
Rightfully so. This hindsight thing is fantastic. You know what? You're reminding me.
You know what I love about lives?
People in the comment section, you said Liverpool win the league. Billah عليك, the Premier League champions signed Verts, Ekitike, Isak, Karkas, and Frimpong. We're supposed to say someone else will win the league. Of course,
I said Arsenal win the league. I've been saying, and that wasn't even coming from a place of hate.
You were like 5% of the football fans.
And I gave a justification for it as well, because even with all of these signings, it will take a while for it to click and for it to work, and it has. It's taken till January. Works looks a lot better now. Ekitike looks better now. I don't know how it's
And
going to
you
work with
said
these.
Napoli will win the league. You're third. You get something.
I'm not gonna lie. We have 14 injuries, bro. We have 14 first-team injuries.
Oh, okay,
so.
now it's injuries. Okay,
I mean, Mo will tell you how unprecedented this season is. We've got 14. Right, our bench is 2 goalkeepers and 4 17-year-olds. It's like it's I've never seen anything like it.
Cry me a river.
Bro.
It's so nice to have stereo.
Mo, don't worry, Mo. Just pick up. Mo, just pick up my call next time when you're catching
Tissues, yeah.
Also, Isak ain't mid anyway. Now, regardless, this whole Sesko versus Gyokeres, I think, is a mid-off.
It is, to an extent.
But Gyokeres everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah, Martin,
stop thinking that I brought it up.
Because you guys are top of the league, Martin.
Yo, wait, Sesko only has 1 less goal.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. He's played more than like double the minutes, bro.
No. He's played.
He's played so many more minutes than him.
3 less games. But
regardless, no. I said minutes. I didn't say games.
I don't know about double.
I don't know. Sesko, I don't really like the comparison, but like it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't like it either. One is a scrub, one isn't. Let's stop doing that.
I think they're both scrubs at this point. Like they're not.
No, he's not, bro. No, he's not.
Sesko is like.
To be honest with you, Martin.
By the way, don't forget, you're comparing someone in his prime at 27 years old to a 23-year-old. Let's not forget that.
It's only about 300 more minutes, which is about 3 full games.
300 more minutes. That's like 3 games and 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know, and it's only one. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but you would like doubles crazy. I'm just saying.
Can I tell you honestly, Martin? When I'm watching both, lately I've been when I watch both, I'm like, this Sesko guy doesn't look as bad as what we thought. And I'm watching Gyokeres. Yeah, what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
But here's the difference. Sesko is playing pressure-free without expectations.
And also
playing for Man United is pressure-free. Yeah, get me out of here, bro. What are we doing here? Did you not see what we did to Højlund the last 2 years? He got absolutely killed for not performing.
Sesko is playing pressure-free. I'm not saying...
No, he's not playing pressure-free. There's no pressure-free when playing for United. What are you talking about?
No, the reason why I say he's playing pressure-free is because he don't start for you a lot of the time.
He didn't start the last 2 games. He started the 2 games before it. He's just in and out of the 11.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have pressure because he's in and out of the team.
How does that mean you don't have pressure? Everyone has pressure when you play for Man United.
The difference with Højlund, you know I'm making a valid point. I don't know why you're getting angry. The difference
no, you're not. You're waffling.
Literally, Ten Hag used to start Højlund week in, week out, by the way, and you know this. That's one of the reasons why you were mad at him, Aslan. With Sesko, he doesn't start every week, which is what you just told Salad with the minutes thing. So he don't start every week.
But it doesn't mean that you don't have pressure. What are you talking about?
The reason why I say
every player has pressure playing at Man United.
The pressure, you're doing the Man United thing. I'm saying the pressure on Sesko is almost non-existent because he's not a starter. No one's looking at Sesko right now and expecting 20 goals. You get it? That's why there is no pressure.
I'm sorry. That's just absolutely insane. That is insane.
So bad that
nothing I said is insane, and you know it. There's pressure on Mbeumo, on Cunha, because they start week in, week out. No one is putting that level of expectation on Sesko right now.
You can say there's more pressure on the senior players or more expectation. That is the better word to use. Because I put more expectations on Cunha and Mbeumo because these guys were more established in the Premier League. To say there's no pressure for him is insane.
Okay.
He's absolutely
Liverpool
insane.
And Man United,
every player has pressure when they play for Man United.
Are similar level clubs. It's like me saying there's no pressure on Curtis Jones. And then someone going like,
who's Curtis Jones? You didn't sign Curtis Jones for like 75 mil.
That's not the point. That's not the point. I don't criticize Curtis Jones this season. That's how I know you haven't been keeping up. So the point is, now back to the topic.
I just said you didn't sign Curtis Jones for 7 mil. What do you mean I didn't keep up?
I think you're missing the point. I think you're missing the point completely.
Yes. If I say there is no pressure on Curtis Jones, Tom Little come off mute. There's always pressure playing for Liverpool football. I understand. But as an example, the pressure that Florian Wirtz has because he's a starter week in, week out is different than someone who comes off the bench or someone who starts games here and there.
You can say someone has more pressure. That's fine.
You said that's the problem with Arabs like you. You never let people land.
First of all, I'm North African, so respect me.
Let me speak.
You're still an Arab. You Arab.
The problem is with this whole conversation is you've made it a more Man United thing. That's not how I'm looking at it. Now, with Gyokeres and Sesko, if we're comparing both players, one guy starts for Arsenal week in, week out, and has expectations of scoring 20 plus goals in the Premier League season. One guy doesn't start week in, week out, and doesn't have the pressure of scoring 20 plus goals. If you tell people right now, come May time, Sesko is going to have 13 Premier League goals, they're going to go like, okay, good season. But they won't say the same for Gyokeres. That's why the pressure is different.
Okay, again, expectations and pressure are two different things. I expected him. I said if he gets 12 goals this season, I'll consider it a successful season because this is a transition year and he's much younger and he's coming into a team that's not as good as the other team. Okay, that doesn't mean that there's no pressure. If anyone who's been getting away actually with it, it was more Gyokeres. It wasn't Sesko. Sesko weeks ago.
Can I talk after Staffy? Can I talk after Staffy? Can I talk after Staffy? I want to say something. Can I talk after Staffy?
Martin, don't do that. You guys have been treating him like he's a Make-A-Wish kid. He scores a goal in a game where Jesus has a brace. Jesus gets a brace and man of the match. And you guys are all clapping for Gyokeres. He's getting treated, bro. Like, bro, just.
Let me talk.
What do you mean? Let me talk? I didn't even finish, man.
Martin, let Staffy finish the point. Let him finish the point.
Every stream I've been on to talk about
let's go. Let's see who's going to interrupt me next.
Gyokeres, every game. Gyokeres. If we win, Gyokeres, what did he do? He's the only thing to laugh at Arsenal about. There's so much. You
guys said get a 20-goal season striker and you'll win the league. You set the expectation.
Manchester United's like a top 5 team right now, and you were like outside. You were like in the middle of the table. There's no pressure on Sesko to come in and do anything. It's completely different levels.
Can I tell you the difference, Staffy, to be honest? Can I tell you the difference? This is how I see it. Being a neutral, being someone that does talk about the Premier League, and I'm not a Man United fan, I'm not an Arsenal fan, I'm not a Liverpool fan.
I'm getting really annoyed, I can't lie. I'm really getting annoyed.
Why?
Because I didn't finish my fucking point twice. And now I'm about to get lectured again.
Finish your point so I can respond to you.
I got to sit on a panel where someone just told me a Manchester United striker gets pressure and we're just going to go by it.
Finish your point because I got a very good response to you. Finish your point.
Bro, just talk, bro. Just talk.
No, don't do that, man. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
It's fucking annoying, bro. It's actually fucking annoying.
Yo, more. Get the napkin out.
Salad.
Get the napkin out.
Let me just finish. Staffy, I want you to respond to this. Arsenal are winning top of the Premier League and their striker everywhere in the media, not only by Arsenal fan, is getting criticized, analyzed in every single pass. Let me finish the point. Sesko, if he plays for Man United and Man United are winning, they are in top 4, top 5. If he gets a goal every like 5, 6, 7 games and the rest of the team is playing, nobody, maybe Man United fans will be able to analyze him because you are a fan. This is how you analyze the club. But the media will not be opening every day that we're going to open this news and Sesko shit. There's 2 things. Number 1, he's 21 years old. Number 2, you have way more senior players that the pressure is on them to actually perform. Number 3, Gyokeres is the striker for the team that is top of the league. And as you said, they set the expectations for him. Hence, there's about 5, 6, 7 times more pressure on Gyokeres from the neutral media than on Sesko, which is, we see it every day. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, go ahead.
For the first 4 months of the season, no one said a word about Gyokeres. Not a single word. Every time I opened the show and I'd listen to people rate players, every time Sesko was talked about being the flop. It was The Athletic, I swear, that made an article. When was it? In November or something like that? And they labeled him as the biggest flop of the season. That is you, by the way, talking about someone who has no pressure. He has no pressure, yet you get The Athletic or whoever it was at the time.
Let him finish.
Labeling him as the biggest flop. Okay? Now, you go to Gyokeres. Because they were winning, no one was saying anything. They were quite literally just happy to win games while him being there. They're like, give him time. He'll kick in. He wasn't getting labeled as a flop because his team was winning. All right. While the other one, people can say I'm lying or whatever, he was getting labeled as a flop in the English media. This guy comes now, and it took about until finally January for some fans to finally come out and speak. And people were like, you know what? We've been protecting him too much. He actually hasn't been good. It had to come from Arsenal fans to finally start criticizing him a little bit. For some people to say, you know what? We might have signed a flop. Is he even better than Jesus? The own manager dropped him for a couple of games and he started playing Jesus, who just came back from an ACL. So you guys are lying when you're sitting here and pretending that Gyokeres has had pressure the whole season. The whole season, people were just ignoring it. It only took until Jesus to come back and actually put some cool performances in, and people were like, you know what? Are we lying to ourselves? And they start having conversations. So all this idea, and by the way, I didn't say that one has pressure, one doesn't have pressure. Okay, you guys, sorry, that you guys have different levels of pressure. It was Husam who said one has pressure and one doesn't. If he would have said there's more pressure for one over the other, we can debate that. Is that he said Sesko has no pressure and there's more pressure on Gyokeres when one was getting labeled as a flop by the Athletic and the other one doesn't. So people can bitch, people can do all what they want. I come in with facts. I'm not here to talk about emotions. I'm not here to talk about what people want to say. I'm talking about the reality of the situation. And the reality of the situation that for 4 months you got to win with it. I'm sorry?
The Athletic article you're talking about, I know the one you're talking about. It was in August. It was like game week 2 or 3.
That's what I'm saying. It was a couple months ago. I just can't remember when it was.
It was a long
one
time
was getting
ago.
labeled as a flop and one wasn't being talked about. We only started having Gyokeres conversations in January. Look at this guy.
Sorry, I was just watching Hisham's Snapchat story of the
Can I respond now? Can I respond to Stafi? So
Go
can I
ahead.
respond to Stafi? Number one, I went and I typed Gyokeres and I did the news between September 1st and November 30th, right? New York Times, what is Gyokeres doing wrong? What is he doing right? Why Arteta backs Gyokeres despite his bad performance? Victor Gyokeres hidden quality, even with the goal drought. How long Gyokeres will be out, like injuries. Gyokeres goal celebration against Leeds. Is he doing enough for Arsenal? There is tons of articles about Gyokeres not doing enough for Arsenal during that time until November. For Sesko,
Can I say one thing too?
no, let me just about Sesko. I actually looked from Sesko, literally, the tools are here from August 1st.
This is hilarious, by the way. This is hilarious. It's hilarious, wallah.
But I'm looking at it. This is not
Continue
me.
the bullshit.
But that's not me.
Continue the
It's not
bullshit.
it. That's a Google search.
Continue the
Why
bullshit.
is it-
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Why are you saying it's bullshit? I'm like looking at it.
Bro, no one was talking about this guy until January. You're gaslighting me to my
hold on.
face like I don't know about this.
No,
It's a
hold on.
fucking lie, bro. You guys are sitting with you guys are actually manipulators. You're absolute manipulators right now.
I know exactly what Staffy's talking about. Most gaslighting, but it's just so funny to see Staffy.
It's manipulation, bro. No one was talking about this guy.
I'm just here to
No one was.
I don't like this nigga.
No one was talking about this guy. Now he's Googling. The fact that he's Googling, I didn't even have to Google the Athletic because I remember how much people were talking about it. I remember the reactions. I remember the streams. This guy just had to Google and he's like, but the New York Times said, bro, you wasn't fucking reacting to that because you don't even remember that.
1 second. We weren't
It's
top of the
insane,
league.
bro. It's insane. Wallahi. Stupidest fucking fan base ever, bro.
Liverpool was top of the league after 5 games. Arsenal was struggling. We were having problems. Gyokeres wasn't firing. Do you remember when he was doing his hair in the camera after he scored against Leeds? Because everyone was talking about him in the media.
That was
and
one
we were
person.
worried.
It was one idiot. But
We were worried about he was like.
It was literally because of a Lee Gunner
Right,
video.
It's literally
Can I
one
not get
idiot.
interrupted? Can I not get interrupted? Jesus. And everyone was attacking him in my fan base. Everyone was attacking him online. Every stream I went on, everyone wanted to talk about Gyokeres. And it was a huge subject. I don't know how you can say this. It's like you're living in a different world. I know Manchester United was depressing and he didn't want to pay attention to football, but this was actually going on. No one was giving Sesko crap. No one talks about Sesko.
But Staffy, here's where I think you're wrong.
Flop of the season, but no one was talking about it.
No,
You
no,
are
no,
right, bro.
so-
I'm the one who's lying.
No, okay.
I'm the one who's lying.
So Staffy, I agree with you wholeheartedly that playing for Man United, the pressure is different to anything else, right?
No, it's okay. There's no pressure. I got caught up, bro. I got caught up.
No. So I'm saying, although I agree with that, and like Sesko, everyone, I know I saw the Sesko flop things. You know what I'm trying to say? And maybe it was me ignoring Gyokeres being a flop because I was the one that was so hard thinking that he was going to be amazing. So maybe I was in denial. It took me
Maybe.
so long, but
But he's getting called Tesco every day.
Yeah, no, I could see.
Tesco.
Oh,
I could see-
Now they're trying to tell me this wasn't happening.
Yeah,
This is manipulation.
Although I agree with you when you say the pressure on the Man United striker that came for that much money, it's ridiculous. I hear you, but what these guys are saying is that Arsenal have finished second 3 years in a row. This is supposed to be the final piece to the puzzle, and he's not firing, and that's where that type of pressure comes from. You guys finished what 15th last year, so even if Sesko doesn't do that well, it's not going to be looked at in as much of a microscope.
Yeah, Habib, I agree with you. You're actually not
Arsenal are trying
wrong.
to win the league. Like right
No,
now, if Arsenal somehow don't win the league this year, right, it's going to be 100%. Every single person is going to blame the Gyokeres signing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
No, you're not wrong.
That's where the pressure is different. But on the other hand, your point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's no pressure outside of maybe Real Madrid, where playing for Man United as a striker, that pressure comes from. I agree with you.
You are right in a sense of I agree with you because
I
we
feel like
all
this
knew
misunderstanding.
Everything Salah
and it's
just
because
said
you're Arab and you just want to
that's not
complete
what you
sense.
said. Don't try to claim what he said. That's not what you said.
Everything Salah just sense makes complete sense 15 years ago. 100% correct.
Oh yeah, because you still believe Liverpool's a bigger club than Man United, didn't it?
No, shut up. What he just said is absolutely correct.
I'll be back.
He's out.
Any striker who was going to sign for Arsenal, knowing that in people's idea at least, they're one striker away from winning the league, he was always going to have more pressure. I agree with that. Which is why your club didn't want to go for a younger striker and they went for Gyokeres. That's what your fan base wanted. You wanted someone who's more proven, someone who scored 90 goals of the last couple seasons. That was always going to be more of a bigger decision. That has to bring more pressure because you have the pressure of winning the league. Okay? That I agree, regardless of who the name is. That doesn't mean that when he came in and he wasn't firing and you guys were winning regardless, he wasn't getting away with it. He was absolutely getting away with it every week because his team remained winning games. So don't sit here and try to tell me that wasn't happening. The pressure of coming to Arsenal and winning the league, of course, that's more pressure than coming to United, coming to Chelsea. I mean, at this point, Liverpool were supposed to win the league, but these guys had pressure to come in and just get top 4. That's not as big pressure as winning the league. In that essence, I agree with you. But now I'm going based off what I've seen over the last 5 months of football, and it was up until January that people started having conversations about him. No one was talking about him because your team was winning. And if your team actually wasn't sitting first in the league and Man City would have eclipsed you guys or whatever, there would have been a lot more videos, a lot more reactions, and a lot more outrage. Because 6-7 goals in the league right now, it's not good enough. People would have been talking about it a lot more. The reason why people don't talk about it is because you're winning. Who cares when you're winning? And I did say you guys are going to win the league in spite of him. And I've been saying that consistently for weeks. So it's not I'm even switching it up right now. Your team is good. You have been winning games. No one was saying anything up until January. And no one is going to gaslight me to forget about what happened. The whole season, I remember what happened. No one was saying anything about Gyokeres. It was Sesko every day.
Well, I just don't think you're in the same
now
circle.
Let me speak. No, Martin, I'm going to speak. So he wants
All right.
facts. He doesn't want feelings. Factually, the article he's talking about, like I said, it wasn't 2 months ago. Because you want to state the facts and you don't want to be gaslit.
It's a couple. Couple doesn't just mean two. It just means
it was October 13th. Almost 4 months ago now. October 13th, where 20 agents were polled and 6 agents out of the 20 said that Sesko is the worst deal. How does that article prove anything you just said?
So the Athletic labeled him as flop of the season or no? Or flop of the summer?
Labeled him flop of the season.
What was the name of the article?
20 agents. I'm literally on it. I can share it right now. 20 agents were polled and asked. 20 Premier League agents were asked.
No, what was the title of the article?
The date of the article. Here you go. The Athletic Agent Survey. From best and worst deals to selecting candidates and current champions. So, best deal of the window. 5 out of the 20 agents voted for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Worst one, 6 out of the 20 voted for Sesko. How does that prove anything you just said?
So who was voted the worst?
By the agents?
By the Athletic,
was voted the worst. Yeah.
So what did you disprove?
What did I disprove? Number one, it wasn't from the beginning of the season and it wasn't recent. It was on October 13th. So it was after a month and a half of the season started.
The month,
so that was
the season starts in August. So that's the third month.
Yeah, month and a half, yeah.
It's about 4 games, to be fair. There's like 2 international breaks between.
October is not 4 games. October is 4 games.
No, it's about 4
October
games.
13th, yeah, month and a half.
There's like 2 international breaks from the start of the season till October. But that's a conversation for another day. I don't know what you like arguing at this point. I'm just trying to.
It's the third month of the season.
I just want Husam to be wrong, innit?
That wasn't when
regardless
Arsenal
of what the conversation is.
Yeah, that wasn't when Arsenal was winning anyway. Because that was also still, I think Liverpool won the first 5 games of the season. So that extends all the way until, I think, late September, before the first international break. And the first loss we had was Crystal Palace away. Let me actually just check right now. Crystal Palace 2-1 Liverpool. Which date was it? That was the first loss of the season. That was when the meltdown started.
I think
that was
September. Right.
That was
Gyokeres
September.
Wasn't given heat at the very start because he
so
scored
at the
goals.
time, Liverpool were still looked at in the title race. Now, in terms of Gyokeres from the first game against Man United was getting criticized. No one didn't criticize Gyokeres. From the beginning of the season, people criticized Arsenal players and Liverpool players because they're the two clubs with the expectations on them. Manchester City to a smaller degree because no one cares about Manchester City like that. Now with Manchester United, you can say shut up all you want and Salad can kiss United ass all he wants. The truth of the matter is
I'm not kissing United's ass. I just hate Liverpool.
There's been so much happening over the last 12 to 13 years at Manchester United that the pressures are different. All this, the pressure of playing for Man United is different. Yes, it used to be true 5, 6, 7 years ago. Not anymore. This has nothing to do with Liverpool. This has to do with Man United's failures over the last 12 years. When you've failed for so long, a player coming in now doesn't have Van Persie expectations because Man United are not that club right now. All this
Højlund
happened
just last year, Habibi. Højlund just
all
last
this
year.
happened just because I said, Yahi Salad, just can you relax? All this happened because
I'm saying,
I said
you can't say that though.
very clear
Højlund had the
statement.
same
Let me
pressure.
finish. I'm purposely not interrupting, so I don't get interrupted when I respond.
Has no agenda attached to it. I said Gyokeres is someone who's in the title race, who starts week in, week out. Sesko has no pressure on him, yes, and I stick by that. The reason why I say he has no pressure on him, it's not because of Man United as a football club. It's because the guy doesn't start games week in, week out and isn't expected to score 20 plus goals. So if I bring in a striker, it's the same thing as Igor Thiago at Brentford. Man United are not even the same caliber as Brentford. Brentford are a nothing club compared to Man United. But no one has expectations of Igor Thiago headed into the season. Now, if I take Igor Thiago, that same Igor Thiago, and I put him at Arsenal, does he have 14 goals? Forget Sesko, forget Gyokeres. No, he doesn't. Because it's a completely different animal, the pressure of being in a title race. If I'm at a club that's fighting for top 4 and I'm not starting, of course I have no pressure on me. How's that an agenda conversation? I'll use my own club so to prove it's not an agenda. I'll use Liverpool as an example. Players at the start of the season at Liverpool, at the same club, when we're expected to win a league, when we're fighting for a league, the pressure is 10-10. We beat Bournemouth 4-2, and we did MHF, and this guy wants to criticize Wirtz after we beat Bournemouth 4-2. We were top of the league, 5 wins from 5, and people were bringing up Wirtz, Isak, Salah's form. They were speaking about every single player because we were in a title race. Now, when all of a sudden Liverpool are shit and we're 5th and we're fighting for top 4, people aren't bringing them up anymore. I've got more going like, yeah, Wirtz is performing now. This player's performing now. Ekitike looks great. You have to get Champions League for next season. Why? Because the expectations and the prediction that what's expected of these players on the football pitch has changed. What do I want from Liverpool players from now until May? Do I want Isak or Ekitike or any of these guys to score 25 Premier League goals and win me the league? No. I just want them to get me eight more goals from now until May, finish 3rd or 4th, qualify to Champions League, and khalas. So the pressure, by definition, is minimal compared to the pressure we had at the start of the season. If you don't want to do 0, it's minimal.
All right. Okay. Now I'm going to respond, and you're not going to interrupt me, because I didn't say anything when you were talking. First of all, you lied. You said it was 4 games. It wasn't 4 games. I don't care how many clowns in the chat you're going to manipulate with the words that you said. The facts are it wasn't 4 games. It was the 3rd month of football. You said what? October 13th? That's about 7-8 games in. All right? That's what? A good amount of the games in.
I said 4 games, not me. I said month and a half.
You said 4 games. He didn't say 4 games.
I said month.
You said 4 games and you said a month and a half.
I said month and a half.
I know the Premier League starts sometime late August. I don't remember exactly.
Mid-August.
I know it's sometime in August. So it is in a month and a half. It's the 3rd month. All right? You just did all that and you were reading the article and you still proved to me at the end that with the majority vote of the agents, what was it? 6 of the 20 voted Sesko. That was enough for him to be number 1. So that proves my point. I don't know why you think that debunks my point, but it proved my point. All right? Secondly, again, I didn't say which one has more pressure. You said one has pressure, one doesn't have pressure, which is a lie. Yeah, which is a lie. There is always pressure. If you want to make an argument that there's more pressure to play for Arsenal right now than United, I think you might be correct because they're going for the league. However, I'm telling you factually that in the first 4 months of the season, one was getting more slate than the other. Now, you were mentioning the amount of games that he played and all that. Still, he played about 19 games. Some of them he was injured, which is why he didn't play. But he started. If I would check, I don't even know I have the stats. You'll see that the majority of games that he played in, he started. All right. Now, when we say no one cared, it is a lie. Because I said people were calling him Sesko, and every time this guy wasn't scoring, they were comparing him to who? Højlund. How many times were people comparing the stats for Højlund at Napoli and saying, oh, they replaced him, but he's actually better after he left United than the guy that they signed. And everyone starts saying, oh, United ruined another striker. Oh, look at players when they leave United, they're better. Bleacher Report were sucking off all my days. They were sucking off Højlund. They were sucking off Anthony. They were sucking off Rashford. They were sucking off everyone who's left and played better. And they start comparing all their stats to the strikers that we have right now that are not scoring goals. You can sit here and try to gaslight me about what happened in the past and pretend that it didn't exist. I remember it and I lived it and all the fans lived it. So again, I don't mind you saying there's more pressure playing for Arsenal today because they're meant to win the league. There should be more pressure. I agree. But to say there's zero pressure and that he wasn't even starting enough, that's a lie. It's an absolute lie.
Talked about the title race stuff? Or are we have you done like a whole hour on Sesko? I missed the first.
Okay, Benjamin Sesko, just to give the facts.
Fair enough, Martin.
Staffy, it's very funny when Salad mentioned games and you wanted to prove that he played less than Gyokeres.
I said start.
You wanted to use minutes.
He said minutes. No, Staffy said minutes. He said minutes.
I'll tell you starts.
Minutes.
I know I'm good.
Because you said he hasn't been playing, so I mentioned that he was starting games. And I want to compare stats. I'd rather use per 90.
I'll tell you right now, Benjamin Sesko this season has 11 starts in the Premier League for Manchester United.
And he played 19 games, so that's more than half. So what did I say that was wrong?
Okay, so when a player starts 11 games, right now, Manchester United have played 24 games.
Habibi, he got injured twice.
He's been involved in how many games out of these?
We played like 23, he played 19 of them.
Out of the 19 games,
or 24.
He started 11 of them. That's still not considered a starter. Someone who starts 11 out of 20 games is not considered a starter.
Did he start the majority or no?
Okay, let me use the example right now for you. 1 second.
I mean, to be fair, even Carrick's 3 games.
11 out of 20 is majority, and you're calling me shameless and a gaslighter?
11 out of what? 20? The 19 he was available for, or the 20 he's available for? That is the majority. It's 50%.
Okay, Habib, come on. You're being shameless now, man.
He didn't come off the bench was against City. That's the only game he didn't come off the bench.
No, but Sesko's not been a starter. You can't say someone who started 52%.
I said he started more. Oh my God. Do you guys listen to anything I say? I said when he's available, he started the majority. Even if it's 11 out of 19, that's the majority. You don't understand what the majority means. I didn't say he plays
but
every
that's
minute.
shameless though, because someone that starts 55% of games isn't a starter. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's like
a statistical fact is shameless that I said he started the majority.
All right, bro.
11 out of 19 is majority mathematically, but it's not majority.
Is there another majority other than mathematically?
It's not a majority logically.
There's a mental one and a mathematical one.
If a player is available for 19 games and he starts 14, 15, 16 of them, he's a starter. If he starts 11,
if he wasn't injured, he would have started more. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I tell him not to get injured?
The games he was available for. I'm not talking about 24.
He got injured for a month, came back, took him about 2 games to come off the bench, and then he started playing again. And then he got injured again, and then came off the bench again. What do you want me to do? You want me to tell him, I'm sorry, when you come back, you have to start these games.
He was available for 19. Out of the 19, he started 11. If any player starts 11 out of 19
so why am I ignoring the games that he was ramping up for? Do players come back from injuries and just play 90 minutes right away? You just want me to sound stupid and agree with everything and ignore all the context. The guy's not going to start every fucking game when he comes back from injury.
The whole point of YouTube is to not agree. Salad is on the show. Me and him, we don't agree on anything.
But you're ignoring the context to just completely make a point that's not valid.
Okay, I'm ignoring the context. Why did Sesko not start the last 2 games?
Under Carrick, I think it was tactical, and that's completely fine.
Okay,
it's completely fine to admit that he didn't fit these games.
Is he a starter? Is he a starter?
He started the 2 games before it and back 3 goals. Carrick comes in, benches him. So what do you want me to say? You make what you want of that stat.
See? 2 games under Carrick, 0 injuries. He didn't start them, but
He didn't start all 3 games against Carrick. It's been
He
a
didn't
warm-up
start him
start,
against
number 9.
City. He didn't start him against Arsenal, but he started the 2 games before and he scored 3 goals.
Curtis
So what do you want me to make with that stat?
Curtis Jones this season started 10 games out of 21 games he was available for, or 20 games he's available for. It's almost a similar ratio to Sesko. Yes, it's less than half, but we're talking about small percentage difference between them.
So what statement are you making that Carrick didn't start in the last 2 games?
Say that again, sorry?
What statement are you making with that? When he didn't start in those 2 games?
The statement I'm making is a response to you talking about him coming
No,
back.
but what does that mean? Because you said, I told you he didn't start, and I told you it's
told
because
you
of
what it
tactical,
means,
and
but
that's
you're
fine, I
listening
admit
to
it.
respond. I actually listened to your whole point. That's
But
why
what
I was
does
able
that
to
mean
respond.
when I tell you that? So what are you taking out of that?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm taking out of it. Sesko not starting against Arsenal and not starting against Fulham at home, even when he isn't coming back from injury, proves that the only reason why he played 11 out of 19 is not just because he's coming back from injury and he's
I didn't say the only reason. I agree. Some of his tactical, it should be like that.
A new manager comes in.
Gyokeres didn't start against United. What does that mean?
Guys, can we move on?
You're
I
using
think
a one-game sample size. I'm not using
I'm
that.
He
not gonna
didn't
lie,
start against Inter and didn't start against United. Yalla, 2 games.
We've been on
What
here
does
for
that
an
mean?
hour, 1 hour and 30 seconds
Gyokeres
talking about
started-
Sesko.
Okay, you want to compare?
Why did he not start those 2 games in a row?
Get
2
the
big
talking,
games,
please.
Inter and then United.
These Arabs are ruining.
يعني it's Husam's
just
channel as
give me a
well. يعني
response.
Husam and Staffy are arguing. I don't know.
Oh,
Do you want
wait,
me
I'm
to cut them
confused.
I
off?
just want a response,
want
bro,
that.
because people don't like
I
to
don't want
use
to put any
logic.
money in Husam's pockets.
I'm using the same logic. I said it's very fine to bench a player for tactical reasons. Why did the Gyokeres not start those 2 games? No one is going to give me a response.
Yeah, I think we should move away from this personally. Talking about Sesko for hours.
Gyokeres out of 24 Premier League games, مثلا, as an example, started 17 of them.
Who was available to start ahead of him?
That's someone I consider a starter.
Who was ahead of him to start?
Who was ahead of him to start? Which one?
He's saying available to start.
Gyokeres.
There's
Was
no
Havertz and Jesus available?
No.
Actually, it's not 16.
So who
out
is
of
he going to
24,
start?
Because there were 2 games where he had the injury, Sunderland and Spurs. He was injured for 2 games, so it's 17 out of 22. He started, and the ones that were available for someone else to start was Gyokeres. Why the fuck did Gyokeres play 7 minutes against Brentford? When the fuck did this happen?
Point is, the 2 strikers that could have started ahead of him were not available. The minute they started becoming available, you start using Jesus a little bit more, which a manager should, and that's fine. Because I think you should rotate these strikers based on the game anyways. I don't think Gyokeres warrants 90 minutes every day, and I don't think Sesko warrants 90 minutes every day. But if we're going to use that as a stick to beat Sesko on the head with, the other guy didn't start one of the 2 biggest games that they have of the season. One against Inter Milan, a big team, and once again against United in the league, a big team. And he didn't start both of them. If that's not a stick to beat Gyokeres with, don't use that as a stick to beat Sesko with. It's plain and simple.
Me debunking your logic is not my logic.
What do you mean you debunking my logic?
I think both of them are mid players. I don't rate either of them. I wouldn't take either of them at my football club. And I'm just saying someone who's on the bench at Man United doesn't have the pressure, minimal or close to 0 pressure compared to someone who's starting in a team who's fighting for the title. If you disagree with that,
Yo, Martin, how are you, man? You good?
Good, man. Good to see you, man.
How's life?
Let's
Anyway,
move on to the title race so Mark can get his fun. Let's talk about the title race. Yalla Martin. Tell us.
Talking about, bro, it's not about the title race. The fact that
woman بتصير تركز معنا اخوي بعدين تبعد.
What do you mean? I'm not doing anything. I'm listening to you and stuff. By the way, I listen to every single bit.
Can you give love to Nafisa at least?
Yeah, I literally focused on every single since Staffy called me a liar and a gaslighter.
Do the supers حبيبي.
I call you a liar.
You called me a liar and a
I called
gaslighter.
everyone. No, I called everyone a gaslighter.
Okay, big up
You were
Nafisa for
gaslighting
the
me.
support.
Oh, that's
I'm not, by the
incredible.
way. I'm not gonna respond to this. I'm not. But anyway, Nafisa, thank you so much for the support.
Thank you very
Like
much.
the video, guys. Guys, we got over 500 people in the house, and we're not even on 200 likes. Nafisa, always the love. Thank you so much for the support,
Wow, that's
sister.
amazing. All that.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Like and subscribe, people. W's guys in the chat for Nafisa. Thank you. Always supporting the channel, Ms. Nafisa. Thank you. Thank you so much for this. Appreciate you. My man here, T is saying Gyokeres, that was made fun of from week 1 for the hair flick. I'm a liar.
Literally one guy. Well, okay.
It was a little response to Liga.
They were literally calling Gyokeres obese after Old Trafford. First game at Old Trafford. First game at Old Trafford, by the way. Gyokeres was made fun of. Staffy entered Giddy FC and stopped being rational.
You guys just repeat the same thing. I said nothing.
So.
What's giddy about what I said?
I'm actually happy that Man United is back. I've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting for this moment since I started YouTube. I swear to God.
No, hold on. Where did I say that? Where did I say that?
No, I'm saying it.
What have you waiting for?
Did I say United is back?
I have been waiting for Man United to be amongst the top since I started.
So you're assuming that I think United is back, is what you're saying?
Who said that? None of us. The super chat said that. None of us.
Martin just said, I'm happy that they're back. I said, but I didn't say that.
I just said
that's him thinking that they're back, not you. When did he say Staffy said they're back?
I mean, like, let's just use our brain a little bit. The guy says Staffy entered Giddy FC. And then his instant response out, yeah, I'm happy United are back. But it has no correlation with me.
You played well.
Martin can respond to himself. I actually didn't think that. Okay, I'm not going to defend. We're all adults here.
If he would have responded and said, you know what, actually, Staffy didn't say that, I would have been like, thank you, Martin. He literally agreed and said, yeah, I'm happy United are back. But I'm going to pretend that he didn't insinuate it had anything to do with the super chat. I'm the crazy one.
Hold on, let me talk.
I'm the crazy one.
Okay. Do you think, Staffy, do you think you can get second this season?
Finish the super chats and we'll start that.
No. Answer me this just quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. If City go and lose the next game,
do you think it's possible? Staff, do you think it's possible?
Of course it's possible. 6 points.
Okay.
It's 6 points. Of course it's
possible. In my opinion, if Man United finish second, you're kind of back.
I actually wanted to ask Staffy a question.
But I want to do the super chat. Salad. I want to get the super chat.
No, calm down.
Wallahi, bro.
That's what I was saying. I'm saying afterwards. I'm not saying now. I'm saying just like when you're
you know what's crazy?
I want to talk about United and stuff like with Staffy.
Salad, you know what's so crazy? Mo just said if we go to second, which is at least tied with City on points, he considers that United being back. When I made an argument earlier that if United, those 3 games that I named, we would have picked up 6 points, it would have been second. Martin said that's delusion. It doesn't mean you're in a title race.
You can be
so it's like they want to use the same statistic. One of them to say that United is back, but one of them to say I'm deluded. And it's the same exact thing. But again, there's something wrong with me, guys. I'm the idiot.
Staffy, can I be honest?
I'm the idiot, guys.
As someone that's not been here that often, can I be honest? Wallahi, they're gaslighting you.
I know. Wallahi, bro, I'm too intelligent to be gaslit like that. They use the same number to say one of them I'm deluded and one of them I'm back. And it's the same exact thing.
I'm here for it, though. I'm not going to lie.
We can actually.
Don't worry, something is wrong with me.
It's funny.
Something's wrong with me.
Title race was delusional talk. You guys can be second. I think you'll finish above Man City at this rate. Honestly.
So if I'm second,
can we move on?
And there's 6 points behind you, I'm back, but I'm not in a title race.
I don't think Man City's in the title race right now. So they're second, but they're like.
No, but stop it. For you
so if
to
I'm
catch
2 games away from Arsenal, I'm not in a title race.
No. Actually, guys, stop. The logic is not logicking. For you to catch Man City, that means the gap between them and Arsenal have to increase. Does that make sense?
No, because Arsenal could lose at the same time.
Now, that's a different story. I don't think that Arsenal will lose at the same rate as Man City for United to catch them. So the gap will increase. So you will catch, if you catch Man City, you will catch them. But the gap at that point will be 9, 11, 12 points. Does that make sense?
But that wasn't the example we used, because you could have easily said we could now. Let's assume Arsenal would lose the next 2 games, but also City lose the next 2 games, and I win both. So now I'm in second. I think that's a very unlikely situation. I think that's a very unlikely situation. However, the likely situation is Man United winning the next game against Spurs at home, Man City losing away at Anfield, and Arsenal winning at home against Sunderland, and the gap to be 9 points. And Man United at that point are 12 points behind Arsenal. And if the week after Man City lose again and Man United win, at that time you are at the same point. But the difference is, even if Arsenal drop points and draw, the difference at that point is 10 points, which still means that you're not in a title race, but you are on par with City. That makes sense? If you want to give me an example like that, then you need to clarify that I'm going to be second, but not with the gap that's between City and Arsenal right now.
Which is, I think it's very unlikely.
I'm not going to imagine a scenario that's not existent. I'm going by the one that's presented.
but I'm giving you plausible situation. It's very, for me, unlikely that you're going to cut the gap between you and Arsenal to 6 points, right? Between you and Arsenal, 6 points, because Arsenal are going to lose in the same rate as Man City, because I think that is unlikely, especially with Arsenal having the game at home next one against Sunderland, basically. Gyokeres that got stick from preseason load of waffle. He didn't get stick from preseason. He scored, I remember, in preseason, and people said that he's going to score the same amount.
Someone on YouTube calling him fat or whatever is not the same as being voted by the Athletic as flop of the season. But it's okay. Something is wrong with me.
Okay, someone tell Husam that our global fan base is much larger than his, not 15 years ago now.
I don't even care for that debate, I'll be honest with you. I mean, shout out to the Super Chat, but that's none of my arguments even had to do with that. I presented facts.
Me neither. I never said anything about that.
I don't care about telling you I have a bigger fan base, you have the Asian fan. I don't care.
Even for Real Madrid, who's by far a bigger club than you, has nothing to do with pressure. Brahim Diaz doesn't have pressure like Mbappe.
I've already admitted there's more pressure playing for Arsenal today than it is for United because one is going for the league and one isn't.
So it's just dumb.
So I think I've been very rational,
Also,
but just people want to hear it. It's because of what's coming.
Hey, Staffy, they hit
He's
the
the biggest gaslighter of the whole panel. No one was gaslighting Staffy.
We need to do a show together, just me and you.
The delusional part is very simple.
Shut the fuck up.
Staffy's saying if 3 results change. Staffy's saying if 3 results changed versus Staffy's predicting what will happen in the future.
You know there's been parts of this conversation.
Let me speak about mid-sentence.
Don't care.
So in the future, if Staffy's saying in the next 3 games, I think City will lose the next 3 games and we'll win the next 3. That's not delusion. He's prediction. He's not making a delusional statement. He's saying City are more likely to lose at Anfield than United to lose to Spurs, which is true. So United will beat Spurs next week more likely, and Liverpool will beat City next week more likely, which means the gap will be 3 points. I'm not disagreeing with that. The part where I think it's delusional is like saying if only 3 results change. That's where I stepped in and I said, okay, I can say the same about my club. I can say the same about Chelsea. We can say the same about Arsenal. Had Arsenal
but I added a very important context, which is that we knew the minute Ruben Amorim leaves, because he was on 30% win rate, is going to change a lot, and we actually seen it. So now that I actually have the hindsight and the proof, I could say like,
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying Liverpool as an example. We didn't beat a single promoted side this season. But had we beaten the promoted sides, I'd be like 4 points behind Arsenal right now in a title race. I cannot go back in the past and go like if these results change, because sometimes in life football is a domino effect. Even if you change a couple of your results, maybe some other teams feel the pressure, step up. Some people maybe step down. You never know. So yeah, that's it.
And the reason why I agree with this argument, Staffy, about Amorim and Carrick, because if Carrick came in earlier in the season, as of now, we don't know how Carrick will be in game week 10 when the new manager bounce or the energy and the fire in their belly is done. Like, I won't say that if Carrick came in game week 10, he would have beaten Arsenal and City in game week 21 and 22. Like, I can't guarantee that. Because I don't know that yet, Staffy. I don't know that part yet. Because you're not gonna tell me that
Kobe Mainoo is playing with a point to prove.
The next sentence is very
important. If Carrick joined in game week 10, he would have played with a point to prove in game week 10, 11, and 12, not game week 22.
If we are saying that even if Carrick came in game week 10, he would have beaten Arsenal and City in game week 21 and 22. That means we believe that this Man United team is better on paper than Arsenal and City. They just needed a manager to put the everything in the right place, and they will be winning the league, because that is the logic. If Man United had a better manager and they have a better, you get my point. So the domino effect, you might not have beaten Arsenal and City in game week 21 and 22 if this was Carrick's 10-12 game.
And that's why I said I don't want to make too much out of it, of course, because a lot can change. It's like a domino effect. One domino falls, it hits the other one. One domino doesn't fall, doesn't hit the other one. I just think it's still a very logical thing to say that if you would have sacked him just a month ago, you would have won those games. That should have been a win. Everyone here should have won. And I'm not saying we wouldn't actually go and win the title, guys. I'm just saying those 6 points put you up there. You're more of in a title race than where you are right now. That's all I'm saying. I'm not revising the whole season. I'm just revising
in
1 week.
Staffy,
in 1 week. Those 3 games happen in 1 week, by the way. Weekend, midweek, weekend. Just 1 week.
Okay, we'll see. You know what proves your point? Then these next 5-6 games, we'll see. When we go,
I don't think United are going to be in a title race. I'm just saying, like, low key, just add those 6 points. It's a different conversation.
I'm not saying about title race. I'm saying in these
we'll have to move on, guys. It's been an hour and a half.
If United are consistent and are winning games, that proves your argument correct.
Gyokeres has been getting stick from game week 5. I'm gonna say my experience, which Staffy accused me of gaslighting.
Oh, by the way, also everything Staffy said, a lot of it is
No.
based on personal experience, but he's not wrong because Staffy is so much more submerged in United circles than we are. Yani, with all due respect to Staffy, and he knows this, me and Mo are not talking about Man United. Like, with all due respect to you,
We
Staffy,
just
and you know-
started talking about Man United.
Like, we just started
Now,
talking about Man United now because you're good. We don't really talk about Man United like that. Like, legit, we don't. Like, we cooked, like, even I'll give you an example from my own show. Like, we cooked Ahmed on Ahwa 2 or 3 times. After that, United losing is no longer even in the title. So you're a lot more submerged in United and like the stuff that's reported about you than we are. But we have a lot more general look and perspective on the Premier League. Like,
Bro,
we look at
I
the
still see
general-
videos of Troops on YouTube on Twitter where he's saying my striker. Come on, man. I
My
don't have to be
striker
no
about
solo
who?
circuit. How about Gyokeres?
Yeah, but we know
I'm
what.
gonna
Let's
tell
just
you
move
my.
on because
I'm gonna
it's
tell you.
repetitive.
I'm gonna tell you my experience. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys my experience.
Well, bro, let's just move on because you have super chats and we want to
طب
talk about it.
خلاص, okay, I'm gonna move on from this. Gyokeres has been.
Plus,
getting stick from
we
game
all
week 5.
agreed on to disagree on things. It's okay.
Staffy was too depressed to know about Gyokeres slander.
It's a good super chat.
And like,
good super chat.
Amarim had
Amarim-
been depressed because that was post Grimsby as well.
It's a
Yeah.
good super chat.
Staffy's evidence, my arbitrary experience.
Mind you, I actually cited some of my resources. No one has cited anything.
But when I tried to do it, you kind of said Google, which is Google is the biggest search engine for news articles.
I didn't
I
need to
am
Google.
gaslighter.
I didn't need to
We're not
Google
gonna
that
make it out.
because I
It's
remember how
super
impactful it was.
Okay. For me, the reason why I Googled because I tried to prove my experience with the evidence on Google, which is the articles. Staffy talking, Gyokeres was getting grief from pundits and media after like 6 games. Most Gooners more than happy with him. Most Gooners.
Which pundit? Please tell me which pundit. Gary Neville, who's a club legend, he was saying we were wrong for signing Sesko. Please tell me who spoke about Gyokeres.
Man United.
Bro, you know what's funny? Now that I just remember,
You
Henri.
won't like my answer. You won't like my answer. Henri
Huh?
criticized Gyokeres.
No, I was about to tell you that. One second.
I'm gonna tell you. They
No,
were
I
literally.
was about to say that. Wallahi. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I don't want to say Staffy because I do reactions to Talk Sport and Sky Sports and TNT. I saw a lot of videos since October criticizing Gyokeres' touch involvement in the game. And there are people that were there are people that were always trying to find the reasons why Arsenal are not assisting him. They're not passing him the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it. However, there was a lot of more videos that in front of me about Gyokeres being bad than Sesko being bad. In front of me.
So now that you said that, I'm glad that you said that. Henri, when he did that reaction, it was on Paramount or something.
Yeah, it was in CBS.
The next day,
CBS.
the fan base, the Arsenal fan base, they actually came out for Henri. And people were actually saying, like, damn, that's shameful. They were attacking a
we
club
are not
legend.
talking about the
for
Arsenal
Gyokeres.
fan base, Staffy.
No, one
Okay,
second.
so-
No, the reason I'm saying that is because he was going to defend. When I said they're babying him and they're treating him like a Make-A-Wish kid, the United fan base was calling him Tesco every day. That's how much the media got to the United fan base. They were calling him Tesco. That's his own fan base
but-
calling him that.
Okay. My
So
argument
that's
is
why I
very
said
simple.
strong percent. There's no pressure.
Guys, I need to move on. I'm just kidding.
There's a quick
My
exclusive. Just 1 second, please. There's a quick exclusive. I don't know if you guys know what's going on between Al Nassr and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
Yeah, what happened?
Apparently he might be interested in returning back to United. Just say that's literally just coming from.
Yeah, we're good, bro. We're good.
Yo, chill, bro. Have some.
Yeah,
have
we're
some
good.
respect.
Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You like say it politely. We're not interested. Don't say.
Bro, we're
Don't do that.
good.
Don't
It's
do
not
that.
a retirement home. We moved on.
Have some respect.
I need to finish this. Staffy, we did this one. Nafisa, again, thank you so much for the support. Arsenal striker is most crowded facing low blocks. I've discussed this earlier today. If people say the same season, this is the worst United team ever, but could also finish second, can we start saying Arsenal first in a poor season?
What does that mean? That Arsenal are not playing
I'm
well?
going to tell you, Mr. Perfecto, what you want to prove. I know what you want to prove. You want to prove that Arsenal are going to win this season because the league is bad. But hear me out about this. The fact that this United team schooled Man City, the fact that United schooled Arsenal, the fact that City is struggling against Spurs at 2-0 up, it proves one thing that you don't want to prove. It is very hard to win football matches now in the league. One slip and you are done. Arsenal against Sunderland, a long ball and a cross, they drop 2 points. Arsenal against Villa, one slip at the end and they drop 2 points. City against Chelsea, 94th minute, they stop. The league, which is Jamie Redknapp said that yesterday. He said that the league have no mercy now.
Yeah.
One slip and you lose the point. One slip and the points is gone from you. Man United yesterday slipped for 10 minutes. It was brought to 2-2. Just like that at Old Trafford. Just because they got complacent for 10, 15 minutes. Like this. Liverpool in the beginning of the season were getting away with it. And then Liverpool, every game, against Leeds, Konate, one slip, Liverpool lost the points against Leeds. The league is much harder to win football matches. You can say the entertainment is not there. I will agree with you. The league, the quality is not there because there is no dribbling and there is no this and that. But the league is much harder to win. And the proof is Spurs are fucking third in the Champions League. Third in the Champions League. It's dominated by English clubs, right? The top 8. But the league is much harder now. And this is why Man United can get second.
Looking at the goals on the weekend,
someone in the comments said Slippy G is proof. Just thought I'd share that.
No, the league now.
I know.
People,
I just want
you
to share
guys,
that
wallah, I think people to say that Liverpool last season. You know how many games Liverpool won by 1 goal margin or the last minute goal last season?
Yeah,
even.
Salah dragged us in a lot of these games.
A lot, but people, Man United, by the way, Man United now, you look at Man United now, the reason why they are getting by and they're winning games and stuff like this, because Man United have more concentration and focus within the 90 minutes than before. So that's why they're winning games. Right? Now, against Arsenal, bro, Arsenal, 2 slips, 2 moments, Man United, bang, the game is over. Arsenal lost the
there
point.
were screamers as well. Like, these goals have been ridiculous. The scorpion kick yesterday, like Harry Wilson for Fulham. Like, there's been absolutely, like, Szoboszlai's been smashing these goals. The goals have been amazing. Some of them are contenders.
Banging free kick.
Yeah, I mean, you drop, you in this league, you fall asleep, you're not winning. Liverpool will finish 4th, Chelsea will finish 5th, United will finish 6th. But Liverpool and Chelsea should be careful and watch their back. Man United is coming. I disagree with this for one. Yeah, my man. I disagree with you for one reason. Man United have a week to prepare for every game. By the way, the games are gonna come thick and fast. Champions League, FA Cup. It's coming, bro. It's coming. For Liverpool
are United
and Chelsea.
Still in the FA Cup or are they?
No, Habibi, they got knocked out by Brighton.
No, they're not in anything.
So Man United have 1 week to prepare for every
so
single
what
game.
I said, I think in the end, what I said is happening verbatim. And do you remember my prediction, صح? I said Liverpool 3rd, Villa 4th, United 5th. Remember, I said Villa will fall
and
off.
Chelsea out.
And Chelsea out, yeah. I don't think Chelsea will handle and they have Carabao Cup tomorrow as well. يعني they have so much football.
And they've got the knock. Wait, did Chelsea? Oh yeah, Chelsea did finish top.
Villa will fall off, Martin. It's not about.
So you're saying Liverpool are going to finish 3rd?
It's not about us catching Villa. Villa with Europa League football, I can put stamp on it right now. They will drop.
To be fair,
can I ask a question, guys? Does Liverpool have more quality with Isak being out, with Salah dropping for? I'm out. Genuine question. With no right back than Manchester United.
Do they have more quality? Did you say?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Quality how? Like what? Like match winners?
Okay.
You mean?
We need to put that into perspective. I know, Martin, you want to speak about Arsenal, but this is very important because I have Staffy and Salad and Husam here. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about corners later, Martin. It's okay. Relax. Talk about corners.
Fair enough.
You want to talk about corners?
That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Come on, that's a good joke.
Hey,
don't be talk about how Bruno Fernandes has 7 set
a good joke. Wallah, it's a good joke. That's a very good joke.
Hey, listen, you know what I said on my stream? I said Arsenal are set piece FC and we're baby set piece FC. Because we're just below
Liverpool won the league.
You know who's under the radar at piece FC, right? Chelsea scored 9 corners, guys. 9.
It's a joke. Yeah. I'm just joking. I'm just trying to piss
Anyway, the reason why I'm asking this is, let me do the super chat first because this might be a competition. This doesn't mean the league is better. It means the middle of the table is closer to the top teams. This could also mean the top teams.
Yeah, you're a City fan. The team in 15th just sold you their fucking captain and he's your best defender already. What are you talking about? Yeah, Bournemouth players went to PSG and to Real Madrid and to Manchester City. Yani, use your brain. just because, listen, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm pissed off about my club. But just because Arsenal are top of the league doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and go like the league is shit. Over the last 3 years, this league has been improving like mad. I'll give you one statement proof. Roy Hodgson's Liverpool, worst Liverpool I have seen in my life, finish 8th. If I brought Roy Hodgson's Liverpool to
You'd
last
get
season's
relegated.
Premier League, they would finish 15th. You get the difference now? So that's the difference.
No, but there is a part of that super chat which I agree.
They don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it.
No,
they don't want to believe it.
No, the Premier. I agree. The Premier League overall is better, but the part that I agree with some of what he's saying. Like I think the top teams are not as good. As before,
but that's not only in the Prem. It's not only in the Prem.
No, I think football overall is not as good anymore. I agree.
The talent pool is way worse than 10 years, 15 years ago.
And that's probably, I mean, it's a knock-on effect in it because they're not as good. And I think quality is so condensed. Like they meet in the middle. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why you can have a Bournemouth player go to Manchester City and he can fit right in. Whereas back in the day, a West Ham player could never sniff Chelsea or Man United, or you know what I'm trying to say. It just never was the case.
Yeah, except one West Ham player became the greatest ever player.
No, but I mean that was young. It's different. But I'm just saying in general. I'm saying it was rare. Like for example, Rooney. Like you had to get the best of the best. Like Rooney from Everton would go to Man United and become their best ever player.
Like Ronaldo from Sporting when he was a nobody.
Obviously, there's gonna be players
in general. The pool of strikers available last summer tells me.
Wallah, I'll destroy your points.
No. I don't want to do the nostalgia thing.
Everything you're saying, you want to know why it sounds nostalgic? Me and you are in the same age. If we bring someone 15 years older than us, he'll go like, football back in my day was a lot better. You think Ronaldo is amazing? You should have watched Maradona. I've heard this conversation, Min Shiyab, the old
No,
okay,
1 second. When
like, you never watched Maradona?
This is ridiculous.
When it comes to nostalgia, everyone will think their greatest players are better than the greatest players elsewhere, right?
There we go. We went from Sesko, Gyokeres to Maradona.
We're trying to diminish Arsenal's league title. I get it. We don't want to talk about Arsenal's league title. That's already
when we're talking about the overall quality of football, just me and my cousin were talking about strikers the other day. How many elite strikers are there in the world of football? Whereas you just go back 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and there was elite strikers everywhere. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Benzema, Higuain,
now do that for
Cavani,
wingers.
Falcao.
Do that for wingers.
You could do the same thing for wingers too.
Okay, do it. 15 years ago, how many Prem teams or how many teams, like just regular ass teams, had very good wingers? 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Yeah, don't tell me Messi or Ronaldo. That's cheating. I'm talking normal player.
We could. I mean, if we go back, I mean,
guys, what is this? What are we going here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost. I can't lie.
Robin Ribéry at Bayern Munich. Who else? Go on.
Robin Ribéry at Bayern Munich. Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard. I mean, Alexis Sanchez was an elite winger. There were so many good wingers. What are we doing here?
The reason why I brought the winger point is, if I look over the last 5-year period, I can name probably 20 very good wingers in the world.
20 decent wingers. 20 decent wingers. Now,
let me make the point so you will agree and disagree after you hear it. Football now is way less reliant on strikers than it was 20 years ago. That's it. It's very simple.
That's a valid point. But the wingers are nowhere near the quality of the wingers back then anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's very true. The number is very true. Yani Olise, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. You can say Saka, who's been struggling this season, and then from that point on,
Cole Palmer over the last 5 years.
Salah is even the twilight of his career.
Yeah.
Like
Cole Palmer, Phil Foden in his prime.
And this is like
I went back 15 years. You named 5 players. I'm already naming in this era already 15.
But they are. I don't think they are close.
But none of them. But then again, none of who you mentioned are better than the elite wingers back then. None of them are better.
We're never moving on, and it's getting
better or not. Football is different.
And that's
back in the
the point we're
day,
trying to make.
you needed to have Drogba, Anelka, Eto'o, Henry, Torres. Now you don't need that anymore.
Okay, that's literally the point we're trying to make. There's a lot of very good players and less absolutely elite players. That's literally the point we're trying to make. Like
that. Okay, you want to know something? That's fine. I don't disagree with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like now, for example, Elise is a very good player.
But the quality of football right now is not bad. The quality of football now, like a lot of games, you can sit here.
I'll be so real.
I'll be honest with you, Salad. Even as someone who has a lot of nostalgia in football, like contrary to belief,
you're watching Andy Carroll and them man there, fam.
I'm actually very
nostalgic.
I said football. Relax. No. So even as someone who's very nostalgic, If I sat down 15 years ago to watch West Brom versus Aston Villa, I wouldn't be as entertained as watching a Premier League game now between the team in 10th and 11th. So that for me is a higher quality of football.
I agree. As I said, like the lesser teams are significant. Even in Italy, to be fair, like all over, I think football quality, the average quality has increased significantly. Like the middle bar of it has increased significantly.
Yeah.
But I feel like the top has also decreased a little bit as well. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
By the way, it's just both of you are factually wrong, anyways. If you
There's
look 20 years
none of
ago,
this is facts, by the way. Nothing.
no, because he's
facts
talking about the
right or
quality
wrong
and all that. I just want to say, bro, 20 years ago, teams were getting relegated in the Premier League with 40 points. Now you have teams like Spurs staying up last season with like 38 points. So factually, as the years went by,
facts here, bro. We're talking
relegation.
about quality. Like
there's
no quantitative.
How
data
does
to
that
talk about
factually
facts. How the
debunk
fuck does
anything
that
I've
make sense,
said?
bro?
Because
I
better
said
teams
it, my
were getting
take-
relegated
okay, this is
20
my
years
That
statement.
ago.
is like, why did I ask
My
for the link?
statement, this is my statement. If I take Roy Hodgson's team that finished 7th and put it in last year's Premier League, they would have finished 15th because the mid-table clubs and the lower league sides are much better. How does you saying the points?
Because I just said the lower teams back in the 20 years ago in the 90s, teams were getting relegated with 40 points. 40 points gets you mid-table right now. So it means the quality in the bottom actually got worse. That is a stat. It's a fact.
No, it means it got better because it's more competitive. Because
How is it more competitive if you're getting less
because
points?
the same points tally that is getting you now mid-table got you relegation zone. So it was monopolized by 2 to 3 clubs. Hence the big 4 back in the day.
Hey guys, I've got
Anyway.
someone on the line. It's the Arsenal fans. We don't give a fuck, okay? You can try and diminish our league all you want, but we don't care, okay? So let's just move on. Let's finish the super chats. Can we talk about that Man City Spurs game yesterday? Like that was
Martin has something to say. And as a City fan, by the way, tomorrow, Staffy and Husam, we can discuss this again about Liverpool versus Man United. As a City fan, have gotten much worse than the mid-table have gotten better.
This is what we were just arguing now. I think you were just...
I don't know if Husam thinks Liverpool have maintained their level either. No, I don't.
No, I think all of this is just to diminish Arsenal's
We
Premier League
haven't
title this year.
maintained our level. Of course we haven't. 100%.
Yeah, Habibi, it's
By
a,
the way,
it's
at
a,
the start of the
it's a
season, quick
campaign.
statement,
It's a
quick
campaign.
statement response. At the start of the season, I said the only club that can stop Arsenal from winning the league is Liverpool, not Man City. From the beginning, I never believed in Man City. I said Liverpool, Arsenal. So, yeah.
By most logic, 2021 must have been the toughest EPL season ever as Chelsea won the Champions League and still finished 19 points behind us. But you are removing the logic from it because it's not only about who wins the Champions League, because when it gets to the latter stages, Dortmund went to the latter stages, Inter went to the final, right? It's about the Champions League in the group stage.
And it's not about points tally. Fuck the points tally.
And remember, Chelsea were up there, and then they changed, and then the manager and all the stuff, and Lampard was doing this, and Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League. So you actually have to put in context that Thomas Tuchel came in midway through the season to win the Champions League. If Frank Lampard stayed there, they would not have won the Champions League. So you got to put that in perspective. 1-0 more. So all you believe that City and Liverpool are as good as they were 2-3 years ago, nobody said that. And the league just improved. This is delusional. They got worse. Someone is playing something in the background.
Sorry, it's me.
I don't blame them.
I don't think so. City and Liverpool have gotten worse, yes. And Arsenal probably are not as good as City and Liverpool that got 97 points, but the league is tougher to win. That's the whole point.
It's harder to win games, like harder to win individual games, I think.
Yeah, that's what you want to. You don't want to believe that because it doesn't go with your narrative.
Like back in the
It is
day,
harder to win games now.
When Chelsea and United were going back and forth to win the league, like you knew which games Chelsea would win, or you knew which games United would win, and you knew where you could possibly drop points. Now you can't do that with any team.
Facts, by the way.
People
Like, for
ignore
example,
fact with
Chelsea away at Middlesbrough. Yeah, Chelsea's collecting 3 points. United away at Charlton. You know what I'm trying to say? You knew who's getting. There could be a couple of hiccups, so you could look at the calendar and you could say potential win, but you knew it from the get-go. Now there's no team you can go to and you can guarantee you're getting your points.
Yeah, I mean, people play Wolves and say it's not even guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
People ignore fact with tickers is managers. Don't let players express themselves and stress system, not individual talent. Yeah, it's more about systems now. I agree with you. It's all about.
And that's why I rate
systems.
Arteta so highly, by the way.
It's very hard now. Why the meltdown? Arsenal will be relegated. Yeah, Arsenal will be relegated sooner, as always. That's why people want. The defense tactic has improved. Teams look for those who can fit in the system rather than technically gifted players who are slightly slow or lazy.
I'm a football fan first. So is all international fans because we started watching World Cup first or Euros and stuff like this. But I don't want a player at Liverpool who's slow. I don't. Yes, athleticism has been part of football from when the dawn of time, like from the beginning of football. So, yeah, I don't want a counter-attack with Oscar Cardozo on it.
What do you want to say now, Martin, before we end the show?
Why would you end the show? Let's go to 2 hours.
Did you guys enjoy that game yesterday? City and Spurs.
Nope, I didn't watch it.
That first half.
I did. It was very good. Yeah, the first half was shit.
Actually,
First half was
highlights.
scripted.
I think we can all agree that Spurs were trying to lose in that first half, and then something happened at halftime where they decided as professionals they couldn't go on with the embarrassment of just handing this game to Man City, and then found out that they were actually better than Man City when they tried. I want to do a little apology to Xavi Simons because he had a very good second half, and I'd be giving a lot of crap. But the way he cut apart Man City I think he created 5 big chances or something in that second half, which is more than any other, or 7 or something, more than any other player's done in the league this season. And it was against Man City that were cruising at the 2-0 lead. Haaland, he hasn't had a shot on target in the second half for like 3 games in a row. Like the City collapse here that's going on is crazy. And then I'm watching the fan cams and I see Deji Spurs. I don't know if anyone's seen this guy, but he was actively doing a hate watch on his own team. And when City scored, he was cheering. And when Spurs started coming back, he was like screaming at his computer and saying, this is embarrassing. Thomas Frank must lose. I've never seen anything like it before, like from a fan perspective.
I mean,
like,
to be fair, you need to realize, Martin, like, these are not real people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like 95%
I see it with Liverpool fans too. They don't want to win. They don't want Slot to stay in the job. Like, it's not the same level, but the amount of stuff going on with people wanting their teams to not succeed right now so they can change managers is crazy. And now they're going to put themselves in a position where Frank's might be turning Spurs around. They're all going to have to flip their opinions on him and keep him in if he starts playing well. Same the way United fans have flipped on their team now that they've got Carrick in. Everyone's just trying to get that new manager thing. So, yeah, I think that was like, I don't believe no one's talking about it. You need to see some clips of his reaction. It was like someone had killed a member of his family that Spurs had scored. And that's his team.
There's a lot of creators that wanted Spurs to lose. The only one, I'll give him a shout out, it was only Tobes from the Big Six.
Expressions actually celebrated massively when they drew. Expressions were like jumping up and down.
No, but Expressions before the game said like he basically wants him to lose because he wants the manager to be gone. The only person that stood on business.
I'm sure Expressions actually. I remember him saying, "Bro, we're in a relegation scrap. Like, we need the points. We'll take them wherever they can come."
No. Trust me. If you go watch the show that he does with Robbie, you'll see.
Okay, but he was I saw a little compilation from on TikTok. He was actually celebrating his goals, like yes, like he was actually.
Yeah, of course he's gonna celebrate while he's doing it. But I'm telling you, before the game, the only person that stood on business was Tobes. He's the only one who said, "I don't care what Arsenal do. I don't care what anyone else do. We've lost way too many games. We need to start picking up points." So regardless of what it does to someone else, he's like, "I don't want to just want to win because it's City." He's like, "I want to beat City. I want to beat United. I want to beat Fulham. And he started naming every team, every big and small team. He's the only one that maintained that energy.
Well, do you guys have any commentary on City, like Pep, like how he didn't?
I mean,
like,
I'll give you commentary on Pep. I'll give you commentary on Pep.
My commentary is that he's not Jose Mourinho, but that's a conversation for another day.
I'll give you commentary on him, bro. The guy's getting out coached left and right this season. They've won.
I mean, but Staffy, it's this is the first time in Pep's career, last year, the second half of last year and this year, where he doesn't actually have the best team or the best player in the world in every single position. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So now he actually needs to put things together, and it's not looking good. Every single year of his career, Pep Guardiola has been blessed with the best team in the world, all the resources in the world, and he's never actually had to. I mean, of course, he's a great coach. No one's taking it away from him. But, I mean, this is when he actually has to do something. He's not really doing it. So,
because he's not in the peak of his powers.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, he's just not in the peak of his powers. People don't want to admit it. It's been over a month now worth of games where his team hasn't scored goals in the second half. And if it was any other manager that has that stat, he would have been getting cooked. If it was Arteta, if it was Slot, if it was anyone. But a whole month of games, you don't score goals in the second half. You're getting out-coached by Michael Carrick.
Shots on target in the second half, like 6 games in a row, apparently.
He's just not doing it. 1 win in the last 6. Come on,
Someone
what are we
just
doing here?
commented that actually.
Bro, getting out coached by the likes of Michael Carrick, an interim, the guy that looks like Dan Potts, who was managing Chelsea for one game.
Yeah, big up Callum McFarlane.
Bro, he's getting out coached left and right by rookies in the league. Getting out coached yesterday in the second half by Thomas Frank. I've seen enough to know that this guy's no longer at his peak of his powers, but people want to more focus on the squad than him. I'm sorry, who coaches his team to score 0 goals in the second half for over a month and people don't call it out? Clearly the goals are there because they're coming in the first half. Why can't you get them in the second half? What are you doing? What are you adjusting in the second half? If this was an Arteta stat, they would be killing him. Imagine Arteta coaches a whole month with no goals in the second half.
Like, what's his microwave minutes about? And then the Rodri interview after you, where he's like, he's basically calling a conspiracy that people don't want City to win because they gave that goal to Spurs. Like, any other player from any other team would be getting absolutely murdered for that.
100%.
No, you saw the Rodri interview, right? Or is he busy?
No, I heard about it. I heard he was complaining or something.
Check it out.
I did a video about it. He said they don't want us to win.
Who's
He
they?
said, he said, we know that we have won a lot. They don't want us to win, but they have to be fair. He's referring to the PG Mall and
You
the
do
referees.
realize Rodri should have got sent off twice.
He should have got sent off, yeah.
He should have got
I'm
sent
gonna
off
tell you something.
twice
To
in
be
the
honest
last
with you.
5 minutes of that game.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say, if a player should not be allowed to say that. I understand if a manager say that, oh my God, this referee. A player should not come out, regardless of your Arsenal, Liverpool, and say, basically the league is against us. You are literally disrespecting everyone by saying the league is against you and the referees don't want you to win. Like literally saying that they don't want us to win. You're accusing them publicly of corruption.
Bunch of
And
crybabies.
this shouldn't, like, imagine if an Arsenal fan, an Arsenal player, a player, not a fan, not a manager, come out and say, the Premier League doesn't want us to win the league. They want others to win. You are literally accusing the Premier League and the PGMOL of corruption. It's not, you're accusing the judge of corruption publicly. I'm not sure what they're going to do to him. I don't know how he's going to explain it, right? Because he's picking up on Pep Guardiola. And I don't know, like, like Barcelona, someone at Barcelona did this and he had to apologize. Someone at Barcelona said
I think he'll apologize and it'll be like heat of the moment, this and that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's an easy fix, I guess. Heat of the moment, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way, misinterpretation, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
again, my point is when Arsenal said that 2 years ago against Michael Oliver for the Rice red card, the Kovacic red card against Man City and the Newcastle, everyone said, shut up and move on. They told him this in the media, shut up and stop complaining. Move on from it. Yeah. And come on now. Like we say Man United, oh my God, the Fergie, blah, 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 fans. But no club official or a player should come out and say, yeah, this, at that time, yeah, they favor Man United.
Oh, if VR existed in the Ferguson era, 100%, they don't have 13 league titles, 100%.
Rodri needs to focus on, first of all, being an absolute scrub since he came back from his injury. The fact that he's being outplayed by 35-year-old Casemiro at this age. It's 2026 and Casemiro's a better footballer than you.
What are you talking about?
Rodri.
Haram alik. Are we not watching games? I'm seeing Casemiro get no-look assists, and I'm seeing Rodri come out of the game saying the referees were against us. What are we doing here? Go focus on that. Go look at why every game you're getting cooked in the pivot, and people are now... It reached a point where City fans are asking Pep for the first time in his career to play a double pivot, and he's never played a double pivot because they want to cover for Rodri. That's what he needs to focus on. He needs to focus on being washed because it's 2026, brother, and no one is buying that gimmick no more. Not good enough.
We hear it.
And shout out Unai Emery, Aston Villa. Brentford that did a defensive masterclass with 10 men, but Emery showed why he's not good enough to be a manager of a big team because he always chokes when he's got a chance to get involved in the conversation.
But I mean, did you ever, bro? This being horrible here. The fact that Unai Emery has Aston Villa even in this conversation to the point where they even like that is so. Come on, man. That's horrible.
He's doing well, but like he's not the second best manager in the league. He's not special.
Is he a second best manager? No, he's not second. I mean, no, he's I think he's the third best manager in the league.
The man said, we have won so much and they don't want us to win more. Who are they?
Yo, I feel
Who
like
are
this is the
they?
perfect
Who
time.
are
Rodri.
they, bro? Who are
For a
they?
little bit.
Who are they?
Illuminati.
Can I know who exactly that is he referring to?
I
Because
said this as soon as you read the quote. As soon as you read the quote, I said, "What do you mean? Who's they?" I said as soon as you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Illuminati.
bro, like, because Ashraf, big up Ashraf. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. Ashraf is like, he might not be referring to the referees, bro. If he says we want too much and they don't want us to win, who is he referring to? The fans? The fans don't ref the games. The fans don't decide the calls. Like, the rivals don't decide the calls. It's the referees who decide the calls, the Premier League. Oh my God. I think it's one of the craziest quotes I've seen in my life. A player in the Premier League. Look, I've heard it in Spain when Barcelona, I think someone at Barcelona said that about Real Madrid. They give them calls, they want them to win, blah, blah, blah.
ريال مدريد نشروا الغسيل كامل.
Bro, Real Madrid came out with the whole videos of every call that went to Barcelona.
That's what
But I don't think this has ever happened in my life. And
What
here
is
we go.
watch, bro? That's what happens when you become
Here we
watch.
go.
You start losing your
Watch
shit.
this. You are a Man City fan, and it's facts. I want you to imagine I'm an Arsenal fan in that chat 2 years ago saying that they are against us. Wallah al-Azim, they were mocked. Liverpool, I remember Liverpool fans. The McAllister thing, they were mocked. Cry more. Tears emojis in every single Liverpool content creator.
Anyway.
Man City fans used to go to Liverpool content creators shows and just type the tears and leave. Bro, just like this, right? Just like this. But now you're saying it's facts. But when everyone said
it was the same every time Arteta complained as well. Like everyone, you'd see the memes were non-stop every time
it
Arteta-
started with Liverpool.
You know the year before
started
that.
before Arteta.
Mm.
It started
Yeah.
before Arteta with Liverpool.
Do you know the year before that we would have had like 11 extra points on VAR decisions? We got shafted.
No, you know what the worst VR decision I've ever seen in my life was? You know that one against Tottenham?
Yeah, Spurs. Well done, lads. Good process. Oh my God.
That's the funniest.
That has to be the worst thing ever.
No,
It's-
I'm
it's-
congratulated
I'm happy
themselves
happening
on a
against
wrong
you, though, innit?
call.
This is why it goes back. It goes back
I'm
again.
happy with
When
you.
you mock somebody and it comes against your team, you cry. And when people say the same, you don't like it. It's the same thing, bro. It
Man
happens
City
all the
have won
time.
all these leagues like with dodgy decisions for their opposition. Like it's just so hypocritical.
You're talking
and
about the
capitalist.
media, not the refs. I think a lot of the media are anti-Arsenal, brother, and I'm saying this
Yeah,
even
no,
as a Liverpool
I
fan.
see. Husam's actually not that shameless, you know. Fair enough, you know. Fairs.
I am not shameless.
You're not that bad.
You're a lot more shameless than I am.
I don't know about all that.
Bro, I know for a
You
fact
literally
that
are.
shitting on
You literally
Arsenal
are.
gets you clicks.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know when you're gonna see shameless? Let
So
Bruno
it's sucking
Fernandes-
off Arsenal. What are you talking about?
let Bruno Fernandes
It's
win
the
a
You
World
goal
know,
Cup.
Arsenal gets-
you know what I'm talking
That's when
about,
you
right?
see shameless.
jealous.
You know
Let
there is
Bruno
a reason
Fernandes win
why
a World Cup.
Talk Sport and the BBC, they pick the one
Bruno
stat
is the least of my worries.
that doesn't
No, no,
favor
I'm not
Arsenal to
talking
rage
about
bait
you.
Arsenal.
I'm talking about me.
خلاص أنا ما بحبش المناقشة.
If you think I'm being
Yeah, اللي
shameless,
تذهب
let
خالص.
Bruno Fernandes win a World Cup. You see the shamelessness.
If he wins the World Cup, into you know who's gonna get propped the whole time? CR7, Habib.
No, I know, but bro, I've watched. I was at the World Cup. Bruno's the man of the match in every single game. He's their most important. He's their best player all the time. You know what I'm trying to say? So we know what time it is.
Anyway, all I'm gonna tell you guys, if you follow BBC Match of the Day talks, all of this, picking on Arsenal is what gets you clicks and views. If you say this stat is shit for Arsenal,
Bro, the media.
Because
Do
it's-
you know what it is? Well,
because it's rage, because Arsenal, because the reason why, and this is a very good reason, because Arsenal are the club that hasn't won for 20 years. I've never won the Champions League. Right? So it is so easy to rage bait them. It is so easy because there is no comeback.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, right?
There is no, the problem is Man United. If you try to rage bait Man United fans, they will rage bait for a bit and then they will remember who they are.
United, we're the biggest club.
We won.
But guys,
Champions Leagues were this or that.
As a
Liverpool will
community-
tell you we won 7 Champions League. Chelsea will tell you, oh, but we won with the most successful club. Arsenal fans have, so that's why the media. It's very easy to rage bait Arsenal fans. Just rage bait.
As a
haven't gone
community,
invincible, have you?
we just need to
So
all
that's
come to
all
the
that matters.
conclusion that
That's all you can come back
need to
with.
stop
all I
giving
have.
How is this go?
We need
That's
to stop
all
take it
giving
you
from me.
attention.
Let me do this so we can get out of here. If you don't look at the players Pep likes, they're also slow for the league. Now, all must run and defend. Pep can't afford a player like Shirky starting.
And this is
That's-
why Husam is cooking, and I warned you all about Semenyo. Even if Semenyo scores 15 goals at Manchester City, it's not what they need. I said it. You need to feed the beast, and Semenyo cannot feed the beast. If Haaland scores 15 goals from now to the end of the season versus Semenyo scoring 15 goals, Manchester
different.
City are way more likely to be successful with Haaland scoring 15.
Yeah.
And I warned
Do
them.
you remember?
And I,
what was
I
on?
also told you guys
What-
at the beginning of the season, at some point, Foden won't be a starter anymore because he's overrated and he's trash and no one wanted to hear me out. He had a little green spot at the beginning of the season.
You're not,
Yo,
we're
what's
not
with
allowed.
Somalis hitting Foden, bro? I'm noticing that's a trend.
We're not allowed to talk about Foden. He's
Why?
Somalis hate Foden, bro. I noticed that.
Bro,
Huh?
he's Somalis hate Foden. What?
Yeah, because it's him and Igal that speak about him the most. It's a Somali thing. It has to be. Have you ever spoken about Somalia or something? What's going on?
Yo, Staffy, this is the second time you
I
made a
love
joke about
imagine
Somalis, innit?
Igal is in the chat
This is the
going
second
like,
time
"Why
you've
this
spoken
guy
about
fucking
Somalis,
for?"
innit? One more time, you see what happens, innit? You little pussy.
What are you gonna do, bro? Fly from Minnesota? Please do so.
I mean, I'm part of the Foden
Come to
hater
Jersey,
club.
bro.
Guys, I got 22, 23, 24. Emery had a purple patch, second best manager.
Yeah, I mean, I can't stand Arne Slot. Wallahi, I'm not taking Emery at Liverpool.
Rodri of 2 years ago is no more. Rice and Caicedo are better for a while now.
I like
When I
it.
say-
You snuck in Caicedo, like, oh yeah, he's gonna be part of this conversation. Who the fuck
I
is
said it was
Caicedo?
better than Rodri right now. It's not even a debate.
When he's on the field.
Yo, before we leave, there was something I've been holding on to. I wanted to, you know me, I like to go off topic really quickly, innit?
How many
Always.
things are you gonna let off your chest?
Always.
What is
No,
it?
no,
It's not therapy.
This
bro.
one's different. This one's different.
You
You
get
know
to
how I
go
like
to
to go
NFL.
to other sports and Staffy, just real quick.
Yeah,
you
just
know-
kick his ass out, bro. I don't even want to hear. I know what he's about to say. I don't want to hear it, bro.
What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying?
I need to end
Do
it.
it.
Stuff. I
What
need
am
to
I
end
saying?
it, guys.
No, I'm just saying my team and your team are two of the finalists to get Giannis in it. So we'll see what happens. That's what I'm saying. Two of the 4 teams that Giannis.
Who's
will
your
do.
team? Timberwolves.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Fairs.
yeah. No, Shams just dropped a video saying that the Timberwolves are aggressively chasing a trade, and so it's gonna be so you did all of that. You did all of that Giannis talk for like every. Why did you stop posting him, by the way? You went like
Bro, got
40 days.
exhausted, bro. I was like, damn, every day. I was like,
Guys,
goddamn.
we're out. Guys, we're out of here, people. This was
Take
the
care,
game.
Habib.
We're
Wait,
out.
wait,
Mo. Why we?
Sesko sucks.
MHF raid in the terrace.